Hello, everybody, and welcome to P Hill, Missouri. I am Chad Grammer, voice of the Harrisonville Wildcats, and we are set for the Cass County Clash 2018. Gary, you know, when you put the rivalry on the front burner, all other things go out the window, including records.
Oh, it does. It's always fun to play Pleasant Hill because it's always going to be a good game. You know it's going to be a fun game to watch, and you never know what's going to happen. I mean, you got records that are opposite of each other, but they've been like that before, and sometimes it'll play out like it's like that, and sometimes it'll play out just the opposite. So you really have no idea exactly how it's going to be, but you know it's going to be a good game between the two teams.
Absolutely, and we'll get into some more of that here in a little bit. We are in the pregame show, brought to you by Sherwood Community Bank. Sherwood Community Bank, Harrisonville's best spot for youth savings and teen checking accounts. Stop by one of our 4 locations for details. Member FDIC. And, you know, it's been a struggle for the Wildcats this year, Gary. They're just trying to find their way, trying to find something there. It'll be another night. You know, you got to build off of it. You're starting to see a lot of sophomores and even some freshmen starting to get a lot of playing time, some juniors. That tells me that we're starting to find our leaders of the future already here in the present.
Yeah, but you also want to finish out the season. You want the leaders of the present, not the future. You want to build those leaders, obviously, into those younger players into leaders. But you want to still see some leaders this year step up, and I think we're going to see that. I mean, we need some consistency, and we've not really had that. We've had a quarter or two in a game, but never put 4 quarters together. And so hopefully maybe we'll be able to see that tonight.
Well, you know, what a better team to bring out your best than your rival that's 9 miles away from you that you've played since the early 20s. 1923, I believe Brett Jones had said that they, in 1923, it was the first time they played, and Harrisonville actually played the Pleasant Hill Town team. And then in 1924 was the first time they actually played the Pleasant Hill school team. So
didn't know that, but leave it to Brett. Brett can always give us the statistics there.
Absolutely. And if I got those years wrong, I guarantee you my phone's going to go off in about 45 seconds. And he'll be like, no, actually it was 26 and 27. Or, you know, nevertheless, Brett knows his stuff, and I read that earlier today, so that was a unique one. 48-24 or 48-26, I believe, is what the Wildcats lead the all-time series. They've won, I want to say, 15 out of the last 16 going back to 82 or 83. And we didn't play for – there was a good window there from the mid-'90s through the mid-2000s until they came into the MRBC. We went in the MRBC together. They didn't even play a game. So
and I can remember that loss. That was a good game. It was a tough loss, but it was obviously a fun game to watch.
And I believe that was – I think Zach had 2 fourth-quarter comeback drives in that game before they ended up losing on a kick at the end of the game, I believe.
And both of the players, Josh, you know, Zach played with Josh in baseball and in football going up to that time, Josh Shoemaker. And then the kicker, Zach played baseball with him. So, I mean, even though it was a win for them, you know, obviously you want to win as far as Harrisonville, but I mean, I'm sure he's very, very happy to see those players do well as well.
We've had some interesting games over the years. I've been doing this since 2007. We had the famous light game several years ago that half the lights went off, and the first time in history I think that a game was played on half of a football field. And I won't ever forget the play call of your son running the 79-yard touchdown, and he got past midfield, and I said, into the night he goes, as he ran into the corner of the end zone. But anyway, we've had a lot of fun, Pleasant Hill and Harrisonville, and
it's going to be another one tonight.
Going to be another one tonight. We'll see what happens. We are listening to the pregame show brought to you by Sherwood Community Bank. We're going to take a quick time out. We'll be back with more after this. You're watching High School Football 4Ts.com.
Decisions on the football field must be made in a split second. When buying a home, it is quite the opposite. Let Carol Looney and her staff at American Heritage walk you through the process with ease. They will make sure buying your dream home doesn't become a nightmare. From the first showing until the keys are in your hand, go with the realtors that have called Harrisonville home since 1981. American Heritage Realtors, office located next to Sonic on Commercial, or go see them at americanheritage-realtors.com.
No matter how many things you've had on the menu at Applebee's, everyone has their favorite. Whether it's an appetizer sampler, chicken fajita roll-up, or 3-cheese chicken penne with a side of buffalo sauce, you always go back to your favorite. At some point over the years, every Wildcat has had a meal at Applebee's. The next time you head to Applebee's in your Wildcat gear, mention the Wildcat Special and receive a 10% discount. Applebee's of Harrisonville on Rockhaven Road, catty corner to Quick Trip. Atkinson Funeral Home and Cremation Service has been serving families in the area since 1929. The Atkinsons take great pride in being members of the community. They will soon graduate a 4th-generation Wildcat. With this kind of commitment to Harrisonville, you know Atkinson Funeral Home will be there for you. As always, they are proud sponsors of the Harrisonville Wildcats.
The Harrisonville Square is quickly becoming a shopping destination, and a big reason why is Birdie's Boutique and Antiques at the corner of Lexington and Pearl Street. Birdie's offers a unique combination of fashionable clothing, furniture, accessories, home decor, and gifts. For the ladies in your life, it's the place to take them. With a little bit of everything, they are sure to make you leave with something new. So the next time you want to go shopping, head up to Historic Square and check out Harrisonville's newest hot spot for fashion, Birdie's Boutique and Antiques. It's happened to all of us, running a few minutes late and not enough time to drive somewhere to get out and go in to get a coffee, tea, latte, or delicious muffin or cinnamon roll. Good news, Brew Daddy's Coffee is now open and boasts Harrisonville's only drive-through coffee shop. Quick, convenient, and delicious is exactly what Brew Daddy's is for you. Opening at 6 a.m. and staying open all afternoon on Fridays to give you that caffeine boost before the game. Brew Daddy's Coffee right next to Commerce Bank on Commercial.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Pleasant Hill, Missouri. I'm Chad Grimmer, Gary Davidson alongside me. It's the Sherwood Community Bank pregame show. And, Gary, it is rivalry week. It is the Cass County Clash football edition. We always have the football. We have a couple of basketball editions as well. And it is always a fight when these two teams get together. And before we get into more about the pregame show, I got to give a shout-out to the official outfitter of the 4tees.com, and that is Tees Custom Screen Printing and Embroidery, to deck us out with all the best threads. We've got our new white polos on. We've worn our black polos, and we've got the cool blue pullovers that kept us a little bit warm last week as it got a little bit chilly.
And I think we're going to need that come another couple of weeks or so.
Definitely not tonight.
Definitely not tonight.
But in the morning, probably. It's going to be 50 degrees. So.
Yeah, this weather this week has gone from like in the low 40s to the almost 90s. Leave it to Missouri.
And the crazy part about that is we were talking about it yesterday. I said, well, the bad thing is it's going to be 82 degrees tomorrow afternoon, evening. And I said it's going to feel like it's 97 because it was just 50 the day before because your body just doesn't adjust the same way. So.
Well, and the field shouldn't be too bad because it hasn't been that hot. A lot of times when it's hot or hotter, you're going to get a lot hotter on the field because of the artificial turf. But it should be not a bad night as far as the field goes and as far as the players, hopefully.
You know, and it is homecoming here in Pleasant Hill, and everybody likes to ruin a homecoming.
Well, and we got ours ruined, so what better way to ruin somebody else's, okay?
Right.
Just pay it forward, right?
So let's take some time right now. I'm going to run through the starting lineups brought to you by Harrisonville's best starting lineup of insurance. That is Stafford and Stafford Insurance. Give them a call today. Wildcat defensively, you will see them line up. C.J. Caterly, Christian Cooper, Trevor Campbell, Miles Jennings will be up front. You have Jacob Poisel, Isaiah Patrick, Colin Carruthers, Zachary Cheney, Bryce Percival, Brody Pitts, which he may not play tonight. Last I heard he did have a concussion, so I'm not sure if he will see the field tonight. Braden Tarwater and Carson Crowley. Those are your defensive starters. And Isaiah Patrick, I did say I was rolling right through that.
I just looked at that. I wish.
Yeah, sorry.
Wishful thinking.
Isaiah's probably got family listening. Go, wait, he's not playing, and I did. No, we do definitely wish he was out there, and wish him a speedy recovery as he tore the ACL in his opposite knee. And I told his mom last week. I said he's never ever allowed to go back to Excelsior Springs.
You know, and I didn't think of that until I got home.
Yeah, and I didn't either during the broadcast. I was like, I didn't even think about it, and then I said, you know, anything? She goes, well, his knee's swollen. And I said, well, I go, who's got a voodoo doll in Excelsior Springs? She goes, no kidding, right? So, anyway.
Well, for those that don't know, he hurt his other knee, the one that he's got a brace on. in basketball, at the beginning of basketball season in Excelsior Springs last year, and then obviously we were up there for football this year and hurt the better of the two knees.
Well, and you know, I would love to see a study on kids coming back from ACL injury and injuring the other ACL
because you're favoring
as you're getting back and you're getting healthy. And the last two kids I know that happened to, him and Jackson Crowley, both tore the opposite one not too long after they were back on the field,
right,
and tore the other one. So, and those are both big, strong kids. So I'm one of those. Do they put a little bit more torque on that when they're working out, getting back and getting in shape? I don't know.
And maybe because they're favoring it, but you would think the opposite would be true because you think that they have, they have walked on it, worked on it the whole time where they had it on the other one, and during their rehabilitation time, they're going to be putting a lot more pressure on it too.
Well, but they say that about like broken bones as well. When you're you can start recovering, you could start walking with a limp because you start, and the other one kind of can deteriorate because of it. So you never know. I mean, we don't know. We're not doctors. We try to be play-by-play and color commentators, but that's still debatable as well.
I wish I got the pay of a doctor. I'd be okay.
Right. Yeah. Well, I guess that's my job. Get some more sponsors, right?
That's right.
All right, so we're on the pregame show brought to you by Sherwood Community Bank. We're going to take another timeout. We'll be back with keys to the game after this. And don't forget, here in about 15 minutes, we'll have the coin toss and your opening kickoff. You are watching 4Ts.com.
Max Savings Event is here at Max Ford in Harrisonville. New 2018 F-150 Super Cab. No money down, buy it for $459 a month. 2018 Escape, 0 down, buy it for $256 a month. Come to Max Ford in Harrisonville for the Max Savings Event and see why we are the fastest growing dealership in the Midwest. Max Ford Harrisonville at the corner of 291 and 71 highways, or shop 24/7 at maxford.com. See dealer for details.
Teammates on a football field are a must. That's why Cameron Chenoweth of American Family and Lacey Domnick of Shelter Insurance are teaming up to give you options in the insurance market. They know you have choices, and they want to work together like the Wildcat football team to make sure you have the best insurance coverage out there. To see what their team can do for you, call Cameron Chenoweth at 816-380-3996 and Lacey Domnick at 816-380-2700.
When you climb in your vehicle with your kids and head to the Wildcat game, you want to be safe. Make sure your tires are safe by visiting William and Michelle's at Young's Tire and Wheel Center. You might not need them today. William can give you a peace of mind by letting you know when you will. If tires are needed, they will get you the best tire on the market and Harrisonville's best tire warranty with free flat repair for life of the tire. So stay safe with new tires from Young's Tire and Wheel Center.
To Pleasant Hill, Missouri, just a stone's throw from Harrisonville. We're 10 minutes up 7 Highway, and it is the Cass County Clash. And you're listening to the pregame show brought to you by our friends at Sherwood Community Bank. Sherwood Community Bank, Harrisonville's best spot for you savings team checking accounts. Stop by one of their 4 locations for details. Member FDIC. We've got a great list of sponsors on 4Ts.com. Troby's Maytag Home Appliance Center, Show Me Auto Mall, Holland Auto Sales, Max Ford of Harrisonville, Cameron Chenoweth of American Family, and Lacey Domnick of Shelter Insurance. Young's Tire and Wheel Center, I should say. Young's Auto, Sherwood Community Bank, American Heritage Realtors, Birdie's Boutique on the Square, Salon 114, Forged by Fire, Brad Sainer with Farmers Insurance, Trade Fair, Colby's Car Clinic, Kaleidoscope Digital Services, Schroeder Chiropractic, Stafford & Stafford Insurance, Applebee's of Harrisonville, Atkinson Funeral Home, the Southcast Tribune, Brew Daddy's Coffee, the Garage Burgers and Brew, Sonic, and Best Burrito. Those are our great sponsors. And talking about one of our good sponsors, I got to give a shout out, and you need to go see Brad Sainer. He has an autographed Patrick Mahomes jersey, and all you have to do is fill out a quote sheet for life, auto, or renters or home insurance, and that will get you entered in the drawing. They're going from now till October 31st, and there's nobody hotter in the Kansas City area right now than Patrick Mahomes.
I would venture to say there's going to be a lot of people going down and getting quotes.
That's probably, I one of those things. I always give Brad a hard time. We go in there and we barb each other back and forth, and I said, that may be the smartest thing you've ever done, Brad. He said, well, that doesn't take a whole lot.
Well, I don't know that I'd want to give it up. I mean, but, I guess it can give you business.
Well, I think what happened was he had an authentic Mahomes jersey himself that he purchased, and his ladies that work out front were like, you really ought to give that away, because they're doing the Burnt District Festival tonight and tomorrow. They'll have so go see them on the square tonight or tomorrow. The Burnt District Festival is going on. Preferably probably tonight while you're listening to us broadcast, because it's supposed to rain all day tomorrow. But anyway, they did a video and said, this is what you're going to get, an authentic Patrick Mahomes jersey. Well, about 2 hours later, a new video surfaced, and Brad goes, well, they made the video without me. They didn't realize I was working on something else, and I got a real autographed Patrick Mahomes jersey. And
I want to give a shout out to the good meal that we had tonight. I mean, I had chicken strips and onion rings, and I think you had a wrap, and I'm not sure what Jerry and Ron had. Jerry had chicken strips as well, and I think Ron had a cheeseburger. So went down and picked it up. It was great. And
the garage, yeah, and I'm gonna have to go on like a strict diet after football season, because between a pregame meal from the garage, post-game meals and/or indulgences at Forged by Fire, Chad's going to gain some weight. So, nevertheless, we've got great sponsors all over Harrisonville. They take care of us, and we're glad to have them all on board as we're getting set for the opening kickoff about 13 minutes from now. I want to get into the keys to the game, but I'm afraid as soon as we do get into the keys to the game, we'll have the band out here on the field for your national anthem. So we'll kind of keep an eye on that, and we'll just kind of chit-chat and talk a little bit more about the game. This is the opposite of the way it's been the last several years, Gary. Pleasant Hill coming in the favorite tonight, 5-1 on the year. The Cats 1-5. Over the last several years, the Wildcats have came in on a little bit of a roll, so to speak, and Pleasant Hill's got the brunt of it. So the tables have turned here tonight.
Well, sometimes it's not a bad idea or a bad place to be, looking up rather than looking down, because a lot of times you can take advantage or take granted of what you've got, and so obviously you don't want to do that. And so sometimes, especially maybe given the team we've got this year, it's not a bad place to be to not have a whole lot of pressure on you when you come into the game.
Well, and we talked about that 3 years ago. In 2016 when they won the state title, they came into this game on a 3-game losing streak and were struggling to find an identity, struggling to find themselves. And what happens? They come in and get a 56-7 or so victory over Pleasant Hill a couple years ago. So maybe, the Roosters is what ails the Wildcats. We'll see. We're getting ready for the national anthem, so we're going to take a time out. We'll be back with the keys to the game after this. You're watching High School Football on 4Ts.com.
One of the scariest things to do is to take your car to a mechanic. No reason to be scared when you have the best mechanics around right here in Harrisonville. Colby and the crew at Colby's Car Clinic are all ASE certified mechanics with the latest equipment to keep your vehicle running smoothly year in and year out. Add new tires and being a rough country lifts and accessory dealer, Colby's Car Clinic takes the fear out of getting your car fixed. So give Colby a call at 816-380-3000 or go see them in the big blue building behind O'Reilly's.
You have choices when it comes to apparel and promotional gear for your business. Don't sacrifice quality for choice. Travis Thurston with T Screen Printing and Embroidery has all you could ask for. Local ability to screen print, embroider, and make vinyl decals, not to mention 50,000 promotional products at your fingertips with tscreenprinting.com. The next time your business or event needs apparel or a giveaway, stay local and turn to T Screen Printing and Embroidery, the pros who 4Ts trust to outfit them on Friday nights.
One of the scariest things to do is to take your car to a mechanic. No reason to be scared when you have the best mechanics around right here in Harrisonville. Colby and the crew at Colby's Car Clinic are all ASE certified mechanics with the latest equipment to keep your vehicle running smoothly year in and year out. Add new tires and being a rough country lifts and accessory dealer, Colby's Car Clinic takes the fear out of getting your car fixed. So give Colby a call at 816-380-3000 or go see them in the big blue building behind O'Reilly's. One of the scariest things to do.
Welcome back to Pleasant Hill, Missouri.
No reason.
And a good rendition of the national anthem by the Pleasant Hill Band here on Homecoming in Pleasant Hill. It is the pregame show brought to you by our friends at Sherwood Community Bank. And I want to give a shout out as well to Angie Gonzalez, who has worked at Sherwood Community Bank since forever as I know. Her last day at Sherwood was this Wednesday. And she's got something new. She said she would reach out and let us know when the chips fall and she was going. But she said she was jumping out of her comfort zone, going into something else. So I'll be interested to see. Angie always took care of us at Sherwood when we went in there. And Braxton loves going in there because, you know, that's where his account is. So
Everybody knows that, I
yes.
would say.
So we're time for some keys to the game. You know, key number one for me tonight, Gary, the 3 will set you free. Harrisonville has had success running the football against those 3-man fronts this year. Pleasant Hill's going to run a 3-4 defense. You got to get through that initial 3-man front and get into those linebackers and start wearing them down early. If you look at both sides of the ball, a lot of those linebackers are going both ways along with the defensive linemen, so start wearing them down.
Yeah, and if you can do that, that'll help. It also is going to depend on where that outside linebacker sets, too, because, I mean, it could almost look like a 5-2. Depending on the way they set it, but if they set the normal 3-4, I think we're usually better in the offense we run against the 3-4.
Absolutely. Key number 2, don't dread the spread. They're gonna run some shotgun look with a lone set back in the backfield, and they're gonna have 3 wide receivers out there. They're gonna want to try to throw the ball around, spread you out. Harrisonville did not do too bad against the spread when it was Blue Valley Northwest. I know two different animals there, talent-wise, probably coming into this game, but nevertheless, they had some success defensively, were able to get some pressure on the quarterback, and if you can get some happy feet on Atkins early in this ball game, he's going to start thinking up here, and he may start lofting some passes, overthrowing some people, short-arming some throws, and the Cats could come up with some key turnovers.
That's what I was going to say. If we can put some pressure on him, I know he's a veteran. I mean, he's a senior, so he's a leader, and so he's probably going to do well. But if we can put some undue pressure on him to make him cause him to have some mistakes, once you start causing the quarterback to have happy feet and get pressure, sometimes it benefits you as you go throughout the game into the third and fourth quarter.
And for the last key to this game, some people will know what I'm saying here. It doesn't matter what record is. A key from The Rock back in the late 90s when he said it didn't matter all kinds of things. It doesn't matter what the records are. It doesn't matter when it comes to this football game. It's a rivalry. Pleasant Hill could be 10-0 and Harrisonville could be 0-10 and have lost by 100 points every single week. It's a rivalry game. You think those kids on the other side of the field in Harrisonville know that they can get a win and spoil homecoming tonight? I'm pretty sure they do.
Yeah, rivalries like this, and you've got them all over the place. This is, I mean, we're 10 miles apart, 15 minutes drive time, this close. The thing about it is, there's probably a lot of young men on the other side, in Harrisonville's side, that are friends with guys over here on the Pleasant Hill side, and so that even makes it even a better of a rivalry.
With youth sports the way it is today, you talked about it with Zach when Zach played with Josh Shoemaker and he played with the kicker that got the game-winning field goal when they played baseball together. These kids play summer sports together, whether it's football or whether it's basketball, whether it's baseball, what other sport it may be. These kids know each other, and I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of them, like you say, are friends outside of here, and I'm sure there's been some friendly banter going back and forth this week.
Well, as I saw Mrs. Slazener down there just standing up just a second ago, she had one graduate from Harrisonville not too long ago, and now she's got one over here in Pleasant Hill. So
Yes, and I was correct on that.
You were correct, okay.
And the only reason I know that is because I did not know how to pronounce it. Brady was in Angela's 6th grade math class, and Angela loved him. Great kid. We love Brady Slazener. And I asked him, I said, how do you say your last name? I said, because his brother was on the varsity team at the time. And he said, like Santa's sleigh, Zner. So Slazener. So that's how it was. I tried to tell you, but Gary and Jerry both were doubting Chad Grammer tonight and went down on and asked her to double check.
Well,
me.
I can tell you that I called it Schlesner for years, so this is the first time I've ever called it Slazner, I want to make it right for her.
And don't feel bad, because Derek Haug's entire freshman year of football, I called him Derek Hogg because I was told that was how it was pronounced, and it wasn't.
Think you were set up, maybe?
Well, and I wasn't told until he started basketball on the varsity team as a freshman that I was talking to somebody, and they were like, oh, no, that's Haug. So, nevertheless, sometimes they come back to bite you. That was one I've been waiting 4 years to be able to use that one. So, we're just about 5 minutes away from your opening kickoff. We have the coin toss coming your way here in just a couple of moments. And remember, everybody, the official outfitter of the Wildcats is T's Custom Screen Printing and Embroidery in Peculiar, Missouri. I don't know if you saw last Friday night as we were on the post-game show. We had some fancy black polos with a blue pullover. He also got us some white polos that we're proudly sporting on the road here tonight. So I want to give a shout out to them for taking care of us. Wildcats set to come out onto the field. The captains set to meet at midfield as we are ready for high school football. The coin toss coming your way. And, Gary, all the pomp and circumstance is about over. The coin toss is going on, and we're going to have some high school football coming your way in just a couple of minutes.
And it's Friday night. It's Friday night. You can't and I'm actually waving at Janie McLeave. She's here. Obviously she's got sons, one that played with Zach and then one that was a little bit younger, played at Harrisonville. Well, she's a graduate of Pleasant Hill, and so therefore she's over here as an alum on this side tonight. And I was giving her a hard time when I went down earlier. So.
And I'll give her credit, because I was about ready to say something to her, give her a hard time, because she is on the Booster Club, the Harrisonville Booster Club. She has a yellow shirt on, but it's a Mizzou shirt. So I'll give her a break because it was Mizzou. Had it had a little rooster in the corner, we may have had to talk about that. It is your coin toss going on. They're going through the particulars. The officials are with both sides as they're getting ready to flip it. Gary will let us know who wins that toss here in just a couple of moments or so. I want to thank, again, all of our great sponsors and thank Sherwood Community Bank and everybody for listening to us on the Sherwood Community Bank pregame show. Harrisonville's best spot for you savings and teen checking accounts. Stop by one of their 4 locations for details. Member FDIC. So we are ready for high school football, just awaiting the results.
Well, it looks like we won the toss, and I think we deferred. So looks like probably, if I'm guessing right, Pleasant Hill is probably going to receive.
So here we go. We are waiting.
We didn't defer. We won the toss, and we didn't defer. So
Harrisonville wants to go right after him, and I'd like to see that a little bit.
I said that last week because I wanted to see us start quick, and I wanted to, thinking that maybe that might get a little bit of a fire underneath us. And we ended up starting, but we lost the toss last week, and they deferred and gave it to us. So I do like this. So let's see what we can do. And as you would say, Harrisonville's going to go right to left. I would say Harrisonville's going to go west to east. So it's not north to south this time. All the rest of the fields I think we've been on have been north and south, and this is an east and west field.
It is an east and west field. We're ready. Thanks for joining us for the pregame show. We're getting ready for your opening kickoff. That coin toss brought to you by Sherwood Community Bank. Take those extra coins into Sherwood Community Bank for a savings account today. So as the Cats set to kick this or get this return, the Sonic kick return contestant tonight is Ben Pierce. A $60 Sonic gift card on the line if the Wildcats can return a kick for a touchdown. We've already had one winner here this year. That was Matt Norfleet with a $90 winner on that one. So it's up to 60 again, and Ben will get a $10 Sonic gift card just for participating.
And didn't we have two that same game?
We did. And
a punt and a kick.
He wanted to make sure he got that 90 apparently. He must have been in the locker room before the game and given him a pep talk. It's time for your kickoff, brought to you by Harrisonville's only drive-through coffee shop, Brew Daddy's, next to Commerce Bank on Commercial. High end over end kick going to sail into the end zone for a touchback. Cats will start on their own 20-yard line.
And I was watching him kick before the game. He's got a good leg. I don't know how accurate he is because I just saw him kick one time, but he's got a good leg, so that's going to be something in the kicking game. When you kick off, they guarantee that there's not going to be a big return. So
we're ready for some football here. Cats, as Gary would like to say, going from the west to the east here in the first quarter of this one. They're going to be in their away blue bottoms, white tops with the black number, I believe, and the blue writing, blue helmets, and the black and white stripe down the blue pants as we are set for football action. Under center will be Landon George.
Yeah, and they're playing that three-man front, but the two linebackers were out on the wing, so we'll see.
So here we go on 1st and 10 for the Cats. And they're going to hand off to Reynolds, and Reynolds gets 2 and is driven back by the defense. All right there. Garrett Schick comes up for the tackle. They're going to give him 2+ on that one. Looks like they're going to give him a full 3 yards before he was driven backwards. It'll be 2nd down, 7 coming up for the Wildcats. George gets the play from the sideline. 20 seconds on the play clock. Here we come out of the huddle. Knowles going to be flanked out right side. Split backs in the backfield in Reynolds and Wilson. And on 2nd down, they're going to hand off for Wilson, and Wilson gets to the 25 and then shoved backwards. So another couple of yards, going to bring up 3rd down and 5 for the Wildcats. Pleasant Hill defense early, quick swarming to the ball. Cats look like they can get 4 or 5 yards, and quickly they close on those holes.
Yeah, both times that linebacker filled the hole relatively quickly, which 2 and 3 yards. You need more like 3 and 4 yards of play if you're on the option.
So 3rd and 5 coming up. Knowles going to be to the left side this time. Split backs in the backfield on 3rd down and 5 for the Cats early on in this one. And George looking to roll out. He's looking to throw. He's going to throw it out in the flats. Has the 1st down to Colby Knowles up to the 34-yard line. That'll move the chains, and that's good enough for a Troby's Maytag Home Appliance Center 1st down. Think Troby's first when you think home appliances. 1st and 10 all the way up to the 34-yard line. 9-yard gain for the Wildcats. Puts them up to the 34-yard line. Still deep in their own territory here. First drive of the game. 10:20 to go here, first quarter, and no score.
Well, small good things happening. You got a 1st down. Now we need to work on the 2nd 1st down.
So here we go. Flanked out right side is Knowles. Under center is George. And George going to hand off this time for Wilson, and a quick 8-yard scamper for Wilson. Hit in the secondary. That was Trey Clevenger with the tackle, and it's going to bring up a 2nd down and a yard. They're going to give him 9 on that one. So 2nd and 1 coming up for the Cats up to the 43-yard line here in this one.
And you like to see more than 5 yards on that 1st down. So that's a
lot of things you can do on a 2nd
Absolutely.
short. Wide receiver still out right side. Under center is George with his split backs in the backfield. He looks to throw. He's a little quick out. Again to Knowles. Knowles has it past midfield and then thrown backwards after initially getting across. Wyatt Bramwell with the tackle. And that'll be a 1st down up to the 48 of Pleasant Hill. So into Rooster territory, down to the Pleasant Hill 48-yard line with 9:29 to go in the first quarter. Good opening drive, and that is a Troby's Maytag Home Appliance Center 1st down. Think Troby's first when you think home appliances.
That's already 2 1st downs on passes, so that's good.
So 1st and 10 at the 48 of Pleasant Hill. They're hand off to Reynolds, and Reynolds has got all kinds of running room. He weaves through traffic inside the 30, down to the 25-yard line, down to the 23 is where they're going to mark him as he is knocked down. Good run there by Reynolds. and he scampers for 20+ on that one.
Be 26 yards.
And it'll be a 1st and 10. Cats down to the 22 of the Roosters with 9:04 to go here in the opening quarter. And that is at Troby's Maytag Home Appliance Center. First down. Think Troby's first when you think home appliances. George under center on 1st and 10. And here we go. This time they're going to hand it off again to Reynolds. And Reynolds hit off the end, but going to get 3 or 4 yards and make it a 2nd down. They're going to give him 6 on that. So quick off the end to get that 6 yards. Tackle by Schick again, and it'll be a 2nd down and about 5 for the Cats. Down to the 17-yard line of Pleasant Hill. Cats offense looking good early on in this one. Still a lot of football left to be played, though. Just a little 3.5+ gone by here in the first quarter. And here is George. He's going to hand off for Wilson, and Wilson gets to the 15 where he is stuck and hit, and it'll bring up a 3rd down and about 3 for the Wildcats. Ball right at the 15-yard line. Cats got to get just about to the 12, I should say, for a 1st down between the 13 and 12, so we'll call it 3. 3rd down and 3 coming up. George under center, wide receiver to his right side, split backs in the backfield on 3rd down and 3. And here we go, look for him to throw out in the flat and overthrows his target. Flew that one a little bit for Colby Knowles, and it'll bring up a 4th down for the Wildcats.
I got to believe they were planning on going for 4th down again, or they wouldn't have thrown that short of a distance. Like they've had positive yardage. 2 is the least they've gotten, so the rest of the time they've done well on that off tackle.
Haven't seen a counter, never know. It's been a situation they've ran it in the past. 4th down and 3 coming up. And here they go. They're going to hand it off for.
And he didn't get it.
He got close. They're going to give him a pretty good spot. The ball judge coming in on that far side on 4th down. They're going to say no on the 1st down. And they will not get the 1st down. That was Wilson on the carry. He got 2. He needed 3. And it'll be 1st and 10 for Pleasant Hill from their own 13-yard line. So it looked like it went close, maybe even for a measurement, but they do not call it. And here comes Atkins and company for his first series. It'll be a shotgun formation. He'll have Schick in the backfield with him. 3 wide receivers out to your left, 1 to your right side on 1st and 10 from their own 12-yard line. And here we go. They're going to throw it out in the flats, get it completed for about 3 yards, and Cats wrap up and take it down. That is Herlock on the catch. Brings up a 2nd down. About 7 for Pleasant Hill here. Pleasant Hill in their home purple tops, gold bottoms, gold helmets. Shotgun formation, Cats showing blitz here. They're going to pitch it to the outside, cut back, and on his horse he goes. Schick going to have a 1st down and then some. And that's been a struggle for the Cats all year long. Not wrapping up at that initial contact, Gary. And there's another 10+ yards after contact. Ball up to the 32-yard line. 7 minutes to go here in the first quarter. No score. Pleasant Hill going, hurry up here. Shotgun formation, trips out to your right side, and they throw it out into the flats. Dropped here on the near sideline by Kohler. It'll bring up 2nd down and 10 from the 32-yard line. So 2nd and 10 coming up. Pleasant Hill has it up to the 32-yard line. Deep in their own territory. They started back at the 13-yard line. Shotgun formation for Atkins. He's looking to pass. Little floater out in the flats. Good and out of bounds quickly at the 36-yard line. A gain of 4 on that one. Herlock with the quick out pass. And this is one of those situations where they keep running. They're going with it. You got to watch. They'll lull you to sleep with these little short ones, and somebody will beat you over the top. So a 3rd down coming up for Pleasant Hill from their own 36-yard line on 3rd and long. They're going to go in motion with Herlock. They're going to hand off to Herlock. He's going to try to get to the outside and nowhere to go. Cats cut him down on the far side. Tarwater there along with Trevor Campbell on the pursuit. Cuts him down, and it'll be a 4th down. Pleasant Hill going to have to punt after a initial first down. So the Cats going to get the ball back with around 6-ish minutes to go here in the first quarter and no score. Remember our kick return contestant in the Sonic kick return contest, Ben Pierce, up $60. Sonic gift card up for grabs. This one's going to bounce. Cats get away from it, going to roll inside the 20 and out of bounds at about the 17-yard line. So Pleasant Hill able to flip the script back on the field position, and the Cats will be inside their own 20. Remember to go to 4tees.com and sign up for the Sonic kick return contest. We've already given away a $90 Sonic gift card this year, $60 on the line tonight, and Ben Pierce is our Sonic kick return contestant. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Wildcats from their own 17-yard line. No score here in the first quarter, 6:11 still to go in quarter number 1. Both teams, a couple of first downs, kind of feeling each other out. Cats going to get their second crack at it now. Knowles going to be to the near side, left side. Cats going from right to left. Under center is George. Here we go on 1st and 10, and they're going to hand off to Reynolds. Reynolds gets about 4 on that one. Going to get it up to almost the 22. Not quite. They're going to make it 5. It'll be 2nd down and 5. And again, when you get 4 and 5 yards on that first down, so much more you can do on a 2nd down, Gary.
Absolutely. You like to see that because it gives you a lot of options later on.
So here we go. 2nd down and 5 for the Cats. Knowles flanked out far side. Under center is George with his split backs. Reynolds. And it looks like Reynolds and Cheney maybe on that one. Flag comes in late. Maybe a hold on the Wildcats. And that was actually threw us for a loop there. This is Josh Pestick on the run.
Yeah, he was playing some
a face mask on that one come in late. So add to it, and the Cats are going to have a first down. That's another Troby's Maytag Home Appliance Center first down. Think Troby's first. When you think home appliances, and that'll push the Cats all the way up to the 43. That was one of those end-of-the-run ones that is costly, and the Cats close to Pleasant Hill territory again. Knowles flanked out left side. I see Reynolds and Wilson back there in the backfield again on 1st and 10. And then a little throw out into the flats. Knowles, and he got a couple out of it. And Colby has a bad habit of when he catches that not to just spin and try to run upfield. He tries to loop back around. He actually probably cost himself 2 or 3 yards right there, looping back and then getting the contact, because nobody was causing him to go backwards. His forward progression was not stopped. Instead, it'll be 2nd down and 9 for the Cats on the near hash here. Wilson Reynolds in the backfield. Under center is George on a 2nd down and 9. And again, this time they're going to hand off for Reynolds. Nowhere to go. Eaten up by Schlesner at the line of scrimmage, coming off that outside linebacker position, and it'll bring up a 3rd down and long for the Wildcats from their own 44. A lot of people may know that name, Schlesner, as we talked about that a little bit in the pregame show. His brother Tucker graduated, was a standout defensive end for the Wildcats about 6-7 years ago. Brady now at Pleasant Hill, an outside linebacker and tight end for them. Wide receiver flanked out to your right side, back off the end. Cats looking to throw, and off his back foot, lost his footing maybe, and it'll bring up 4th and 10. Cats are going to have to punt. Not real sure what happened on that one. So the Cats going to punt it away. .402 to go here, opening quarter of play, and it is still no score. Knowles set to punt it away. No, that's Atkinson, and a nice high spiraling kick inside the 20. Picked up at the 25, down the sideline. He goes to the 30-yard line, and he's tripped up. Venegas with the return. So it'll be 1st and 10 from the 35 for the Roosters on their second attempt at points here in the opening quarter of this Cass County Clash. No score, under 4 minutes to go here in quarter number 1. Atkins brings his team to the line of scrimmage. Split it up this time, 2 wide receivers left, 2 to the right. Herlock, it looks like, in the backfield with him. And they're going to hand it off right up the middle. They go weave through traffic and just lowers the boom and carries tacklers for a 1st down. Kaysen Rowe in there at safety, carried for a 1st down. In there at safety, him along with Crowley out there. Shotgun formation for Atkins. And here we go on 1st and 10. They're going to throw into the flats. Incomplete. Christian Cooper out in coverage, and that is probably a mismatch they're going to try to expose there. Christian Cooper in coverage, the middle linebacker. Going to bring up a 2nd down for Pleasant Hill. Is it Jake Harlan in there at running back? So 2 wide receivers to your left, 2 to your right. We got a whistle from the officials here.
Looks like Harrisonville called timeout.
So we're going to call a timeout. 3:28 to go, 1st quarter. There is no score. Does your vehicle need a timeout? Go to Young's Auto Repair and have them check it out right behind the garage on Commercial. We'll be right back.
It's happened to all of us. Our printer out of ink and need an important document printed. In Harrisonville, that can spell disaster. Not any longer, though. Kaleidoscope Digital Services has you covered with inexpensive printing services. No more trips to the city just to get a copy made. And that's not all. Computer on the fritz, they'll take a look. Wi-Fi needed for workspace, and even starting a local gaming community plus new board games to try. Head up to the historic Harrisonville Square and check out Kaleidoscope Digital Services on the corner of Wall and Independence Street.
All right, welcome back. 2nd and 10 coming up for the Roosters from their own 45. Shotgun formation, 2 to the left, 2 to the right. Running back in the backfield alongside Atkins. And they're going to hand it off right up the middle again. A big chunk of yardage right past everybody. And he's going to go to the end zone for 6. He just sparked right past the middle linebacker, Christian Cooper. And again, teams run right at where Isaiah Patrick normally would be. That is a 55-yard touchdown run by Jake Harlan.
And that's the 2nd time he split that. He just didn't quite get past the linebacker or the back last time. So,
and it just saw it. And Christian, he ran right by Christian. Christian took a couple of steps over, fell down, and into the end zone goes Harlan. It'll be a 6-0 score with 3:20 to go here in the 1st quarter. Kick is down, kick is up, kick is no good, and it'll remain 6-0. So your score with 3:20 to go in the 1st quarter, 6-0 Pleasant Hill with the lead. We'll be right back.
It's 6 p.m. and your family is discussing what to eat for dinner. We've all been there. Everyone wants something different. So make it simple. Go to Forged by Fire in Harrisonville for a little bit of everything. Salads for mom, and a wide variety of them at that. The steak for dad, a boss burger for your growing boy, and chicken strips for the little one. The next time you need a variety of food with extra options to satisfy everyone in the family, make the one stop to Forged by Fire in the Price Chopper Shopping Center on Commercial.
All right, welcome back. 6-0 Pleasant Hill on the board. 3:20 to go, 1st quarter. Your Sonic kick return contestant, Ben Pierce. If the Cats return this kick for a touchdown, Ben will win a $60 Sonic gift card. He gets a $10 Sonic gift card just for playing Sonic of Harrisonville, our Sonic kick return contest, folks. So we are set for the kick here. As Harlan set to kick it away. High end over end kick. And it's going to be taken at the 5-yard line by the Cats. Tarwater's got it to the 15, to the 20, right through a seam, past the 25, up to about the 28-yard line. Herlock rides him down to about the 27-yard line. It'll bring up 1st and 10 for the Cats inside their own 30 with 3:14 to go here in the opening stanza. 6-0 Pleasant Hill, and this is where the Cats have let that snowball the wrong way, Gary. The other team, I don't know that the Cats have jumped out to a lead in any game this season. Besides, I take that back, the Battle game, but that lasted one play as they returned a kick for a touchdown. So Cats got to be able to answer back right here. 1st and 10, 3:14 to go here in the first. Under center is George. And here we go on 1st down and 10. They give it to Reynolds, and Reynolds into the secondary. And for a 1st down up to the 38-yard line before he's tripped up. So Jace Reynolds with a quick 11-yard spurt, and the Cats up to the 38. Cats have been moving the ball. They've just been stalling out after they've moved it a little bit. They've got to put together that consistent drive. That's a Troby's Maytag Home Appliance Center 1st down. Think Troby's first when you think home appliances. Knowles flanked out right side. Under center is George with the split backs in the backfield. Tarwater off the end. Here they go. They're going to pitch it back for Reynolds, and Reynolds tries to run to the outside. Nowhere to go. And the thing, you can tell there's anxiety on that pitch still there, as he just let that go too far to the sideline before pitching it. You've got to be able to cut that up a lot quicker around the end than you can and just keep going to side, because you go side to side, Pleasant Hill shows you they're going to chase that down.
Yeah, you want to run downhill with that, so that way they've got to commit, so that way you know you're either going to keep or pitch.
So here we go on 2nd and long for the Cats, and they're going to hand off this time. Right up the middle they go, and that's Pesic, the freshman, on the carry up to the 40-yard line. We have 2 freshman running backs in the game right now for the Wildcats. He gains 5, does Pesic, brings up a 3rd down and 8 for Harrisonville. And, you know, I like seeing these younger guys in the game, Gary, because what it tells me is they're already starting to build towards next year and beyond, but they know getting them the seasoning right now, whatever happens, you're playing with house money the rest of the year.
Sure.
So here we go on 3rd down and long for the Cats, and they're going to fake the handoff, and looking to throw is George, and there's a hold, and it's going to be coming back. George throws it downfield and incomplete. We hold here right in front of the official. That's Hayden's Aurora, I believe. Looked like 77 anyway. We'll see. So it'll be 4th down as they decline that one. So that one could have pushed him back to 4th, or it would have been 3rd down and about Greenwood. 4. Instead, it'll be 4th down. Cats are going to have to punt it away with 1:22 to go here in the first quarter. So Atkinson stands from his own 30 to boot this one away. And he gets a low liner drilled right to number 9, Hemlock, and he's going to go to the outside, tripped up at the 40-yard line. Do you like great insurance coverage like on that kick? Go see our friend Brad Sainer at Farmers Insurance. Have him give you a quote today. And speaking of quotes, at Brad Sainer's office, if you sign up for a quote in October, you're put in a drawing for a Patrick Mahomes autographed jersey, and they will draw for that on November 1st. 1:12 to go here, first quarter of this one. And the ball on the 40-yard line on their own 40 for Pleasant Hill. So Atkins brings his team out to the line, has Harlan in the backfield with him. 2 wide receivers to his left, 2 to his right in the shotgun for Atkins. And he looks to pass, throws it out in the flats, wide open on the flats is Kohler, strips a tackle, and down the sideline he goes. He just kind of threw Zach Cheney to the wayside and picks up 20-plus yards.
25.
So a missed tackle. Missed tackle for the Cats there, cost them another several yards. And again, yards after contact, there was 20 yards after contact on that one. So 1st and 10, Pleasant Hill. They're throwing it in the flats other side. Picked up inside the 30, past the 30 to about the 26-yard line. Going to be good enough for 8 and close to another first down. Excelsior Springs up 14-0 early on Oak Grove. Grain Valley down 7-0 to Kearney. So 2nd and 2 coming up for Pleasant Hill, and their offense starting to hum along here. 2 wide receivers to the left, 2 to the right shotgun. Atkins hands off for Harlan, and he's going to have the first down and just drags defenders inside the 25 to the 20. And that's a 7-yard gain when he could have been stopped for 2. So 15 seconds to go here in the first quarter. Pleasant Hill moving down the field on the Wildcats here. Clock will roll. They're going to try to get one more play off here. And they do. And rolling out is Atkins. He's going to throw it over the middle. Wide open. Touchdown Pleasant Hill. 12-0 the score. Wyatt Bramwell with the touchdown grab, and it's 12-0 at the end of 1. Extra point coming up for Pleasant Hill. Harlan set to kick that one through. So we've seen this time and time again from the Wildcats as they start kind of quickly and then they allow a big play to snowball into multiple scores for the other squad. Harlan kicks it up and kicks it through, and it's 13-0 Pleasant Hill after 1. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back.
When you want all the latest news about the Wildcats, turn to the South Cass Tribune. A large sports section, honor rolls, robotics, and even news and notes from all 6 Harrisonville campuses. They are sure to have you covered. They are happy to say the Wildcats are their hometown team. Find the Tribune around town at various establishments or get a subscription delivered right to your mailbox. Keep up with everything each week in the South Cass Tribune, Harrisonville's home news source.
All right, welcome back. 1 quarter in the books. Pleasant Hill on top, 13-0 over the Wildcats. Both teams traded decent drives to start the game. And then on Pleasant Hill's second drive, third drive of the ball game, I believe. Second drive, sorry. They were able to get the big touchdown run from Harlan, and then a big pass completion, 20-plus yards for the touchdown from Atkins to Bramwell, makes it 13-0 with 12 minutes on the clock as we start quarter number 2. Now's when we're going to find out what this Wildcat team is made of. They fell behind quickly last week to Warrensburg, and in the second half, that turned into disaster as a 49-0 beating to Warrensburg. See what the Cats are made of here, down by 13 to start second quarter to their rivals, Pleasant Hill. Kick return contestant in the Sonic kick return contest is Ben Pierce. Cats return this kick for a touchdown. He will win 30 yards, and there is a scrum for it. And are the Cats going to be able to come up with it? Wildcats recover. Brody Rogers tried to go after it, dive for it. Bounced around, and shot inside the 30-yard line. Pleasant Hill fans in front of us were dead set that they got it, but
Wilson happened to get in. He and another one of the Pleasant Hill guys went at the same time, and Wilson just happened to come up with it, so he came out of there with the ball, which is great for us, obviously. So,
ball at their own 27-yard line. 11:56, Cats going from left to right here in the second quarter of play. Knowles going to be flanked out right side.
You know, we had the ball almost 9 minutes in that first quarter. We just couldn't again be consistent with what we were wanting to do.
And this one probably going to be a flag on the Wildcats as they had too many guys in the huddle. We'll see. And here we go on 1st and 10. And cut back, and there's a hold on the near side here, as it would have been a 5-yard gain, plus that'll be erased on the Wildcats. So this is when it started to mount for the Cats in the past, and it's no different right now as it's 13-0, and now mistakes are getting compounded. You have a hold on a 1st and 10 run that's going to push you back 10 yards. Going to bring up 1st down and about Strasburg for the Wildcats here, with 11:50 to go in quarter number 2. Atkinson going to be flanked to the right. To the left will be Knowles. George is under center. Now he doesn't know the play. Cats are going to have to call a timeout. And it'll bring up a 2nd and long for the Cats. Does your vehicle need a timeout? Go see our friends at Young's Auto Repair today, right behind the garage on Commercial. We'll be right back.
You have choices when it comes to apparel and promotional gear for your business. Don't sacrifice quality for choice. Travis Thurston with T Screen Printing and Embroidery has all you could ask for. Local ability to screen print, embroider, and make vinyl decals, not to mention 50,000 promotional products at your fingertips with tscreenprinting.com. The next time your business or event needs apparel or a giveaway, stay local and turn to T Screen Printing and Embroidery, the pros who 4Ts trust to outfit them on Friday nights.
All right, welcome back. 11:45 to go, first half. Cats had a mistake on 1st down with the hold. Brings up 1st down and long, and then they did not have the right play and had to call it, burn a timeout. Only one timeout left here in the first half. Wide receiver left, wide receiver right, split backs in the backfield for the Cats on 1st and long. Under center is George, and he's going to roll out, looking to pass, being chased, and he's going to cut it upfield, throws it, and through the hands of Pesic, and down went George there after.
Did he throw that with his left hand?
Don't know if he went.
That was a good play by George, though. He kept his eyes open, and he pitched it before he got past the line of scrimmage, which was great. Just wasn't the right place.
And it's just you can just tell he's just a step behind. He's learning that quarterback position, but right there, you wouldn't want him to cut up just a little bit quicker on that than looking for your safety valve there.
And sometimes I didn't see it, but sometimes he may have enough room to make 5 or 6, and
so we'll see what happens. It'll be a 3 wide receiver set, 2 to your left, 1 to your right, split backs in the backfield on 2nd down and long. And George looking to pass, steps
good
into
step
one,
up,
and he is sacked back at the 15. Second, just like that, 2nd and Strasburg becomes 3rd and Kingsville for the Wildcats. So
I love the way he stepped up, though. He felt the pressure behind him. He stepped up. There happened to be something coming up the middle, and he didn't know where to go at that point in time.
So 3rd down coming up for the Wildcats, deep in their own territory, trying to get a 1st down. And this is where you just want to get it out of the shadow of your own end zone at this point. If you can break a big play, you'll take it. But right now you just want to have a safe kick and try to flip field position a little bit. And not sure if that was false start or offsides, as they're going to call false start. Not a whole lot farther back the Wildcats can go here, Gary.
Well, and, they're pinning their ears back right now because they know they're going to have to pass. Like you said, it's so far on 3rd down. So they're pinning their ears back and coming.
They try it at this point, a delay handoff to maybe Reynolds here on a 3rd down and 26.
Yeah, draw or something like that, which if you break that initial line, you're going to have a lot of space, especially with some of the speed and some of the quickness that they have.
Safety's playing 25 yards off the ball, so if you can break through that initial contact, you could be into something. Under center is George on 3rd down and long, and George looking to throw. He's going to chuck it deep, throws a jump ball, and that's going to be offensive pass interference on the Wildcats as Colby Knowles straight shoved his defender out of the way.
And I saw it a little bit different. I saw his hands up and him trying to get away from the defender. So I don't know. It'll be interesting to see what we've got here. I can't remember in high school the 15-yard penalty. Is it automatic or is it just bring you up 15 if it's on the defense?
We'll see here if we got it on this replay. And
sideline warning.
So they're going to decline it, which for the Wildcats, it would have been a half a distance to the goal, would have put them back at their own 5. They would have got back to the own 5-yard line. They would have been able to tell me what Angela was eating for dinner back at Holden Elementary. She works on homework tonight. So 10:23 to go here in the first half. Atkinson going to have to get a good one off here. And it's almost blocked. Low liner picked up by Pleasant Hill and right into the teeth of that Cat offense. Runs right over 22 Carson Crowley. There's a flag. Multiple flags on the play. We'll wait word from the official.
Offsetting.
So let's try this again. The last 2 downs has taken about 25 minutes as both teams make multiple fouls on that one.
The last 2 punts he's had have been line drives, and that is not good. He needs to try to punt it away from or to the Harrisonville sidelines because he puts a line drive right at him. Doesn't give time for the defenders to get down and try to cover the punt. So
the only good a line drive would get you is if he lets it go. And this one's blocked and picked up close to a touchdown. And it'll be 1st and goal from the 1-foot line. So you can't get it any closer to the goal line on that recovery, but it is at about the 1-inch line. You might be able to put a Dr. Seuss book between there and the
I don't think so. I think it's an 8.5 by 1 sheet of an 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper.
So it'll be.
And that's on end.
So 1st and goal for Pleasant Hill here.
Do you think they're going to run? They're running out of the eye. That would probably be a good.
If I'm Atkins, I just take this and bolt barrel in there. Instead, they're going to barrel it in anyway with, I believe. Let's see who that was. It was Gray with the touchdown. Yeah, Silas Gray, or 43, with the touchdown. So makes it 19-0. Extra point coming up for Pleasant Hill. So 10:07 to go. And it is good. 20-0. Pleasant Hill with the lead. We'll be right back.
It's never too early to teach your little ones about finances and saving money. Sherwood Community Bank has plenty of options available for you to help kids save and learn how to manage money. Savings accounts can be started as soon as one is born to help teach them to save. Once they are behind the wheel, a checking account with free internet banking and a debit card could be there for them to manage their money. Sherwood Community Bank is there for the youngsters. Just ask Braxton.
Go see them at Sherwood's Bank. That's where my account is.
All right, welcome back. I'm over here in La La Land. Tonight's Sonic kick return contestant Ben Pierce at the catch return kick for a touchdown. It'll be a $60 Sonic gift card from Sonic of Harrisonville.
Well, the first drive we got 67 yards. The second drive we got 27 yards. The third drive we got 11 yards. And the last drive we got negative 17. So I hope we don't stay consistent, because if we do,
I'm at this point in this game, it's 20-0, 10:07 to go. Here goes the kick, and I'll get to it after this return by Knowles from the 5 to the 10 to the 15 to 20, up past the 20-yard line. And, you know, it's one of those things, you can tell it's a rivalry game because Pleasant Hill wants to win this and by as many points as possible, as they've suffered at the hands of the Cats in the past. And I want to see some want-to out of my guys on the Wildcat sideline now. You're down 20. See what you got in you. You're down 20. There's still a lot of football left to be played. See if you can start working a comeback in.
Well, at least work on your offense and work on your defense and improve. That's what you're looking for, is improvement. Something to be improved on.
So 1st and 10 from their own 23-yard line. George under center, split backs in the backfield. Wide receiver flanked near side on the right side. And they're going to hand it right up the middle. And a gain of 2 is going to bring up 2nd down and 8 with 9:40 to go. So 2nd down coming up for the Cats. Their own 25-yard line, 9:35 to go here in the first half of this one. Atkinson flank left side. Under center is George. And here we go on 2nd down, and they're going to hand again to Reynolds. And he's going to get about 4 on that one. Brings up a 3rd down and 5. 21-3 Excelsior Springs over Oak Grove. Also playing tonight is Odessa and Warrensburg. So 3rd down coming up for the Cats. 3rd down and 4 here. See if the Cats mix it up on this 3rd down. This time they look to throw, and Cats got to step out of the pocket. They do get it complete on the far sideline for a 1st down past the 40-yard line. Kennedy Atkinson going to have a gain of about 11. And it makes it a 1st and 10 up to the 40 for the Cats. So the Cats get a 1st down. That's a Troby's Maytag Home Appliance Center 1st down. Think Troby's first when you think home appliances, and I like to see that on 3rd and 5-ish. They get that 1st down.
Small steps, but all positive in a positive way.
Under center is George here. And they're going to hand off for Pesic, and Pesic into Pleasant Hill territory. Down to the 46-yard line of the Roosters. A 14-yard run. And I'm the one to tell you, you start naming these names off that are out there on the football field for the Wildcats. That's a Troby's Maytag Home Appliance Center 1st down. Think Troby's first when you think home appliances. Pesic, running back, freshman. Reynolds, running back, freshman. Wide receiver, Knowles, junior. Wide receiver, Atkinson, sophomore. Quarterback, junior. So here we go on 2nd down. They hand it off for Reynolds, and Reynolds gets inside the 45 and spun down after a 2-yard gain. Brings up 2nd down and 8 down to the 44-yard line of Pleasant Hill.
And see, he was running downhill. George was running downhill when he made the handoff. And that way, I mean, we got positive yards. We only got 2, but that's where you're going to get the biggest yards. Pesic's brother, older brother, is coaching, and when he went to college, he went from line to fullback and had a good career at playing running back.
So here we go on 2nd down. They hand it off.
No, George
kept it himself. Gets to the outside, going to have a 1st down past the 35-yard line. We'll see there where they mark him out. It'll be a 1st down, but George there saw something he liked, kept the ball, and gets it down to the 31-yard line where they're going to mark it. So 1st and 10, think Troby's first when you think home appliances. Troby's Maytag Home Appliance Center. 1st down and 10 for the Cats down to the 31-yard line. Percival and Knowles flanked out right side. Under center is George with his split max in the backfield on 1st down, and nowhere to go. Missed opportunity for the Cats as a busted play. Brings up 2nd down and 9. George able to get past the line of scrimmage.
And you know when you feel naked when you do that? He turned and everybody went the other way, and I would venture to say since everybody went to the left, he probably went the wrong way. It happens, but he did the right thing. He went to the line and followed his line through.
2nd down and 9, and Warrensburg up 21-14 on the Odessa Bulldogs. So interesting score coming from the scoreboard here on 2nd down and 9. Under center, handoff for Pesic, and he's cut down. Got maybe a yard or so out of it. Backwards. Sorry, 21-14 Odessa over Warrensburg. So it was backwards there. Let's say still an interesting score there as it's a close ball game. It'll bring up 3rd down and about 8 for the Cats from the 29. And, you know, I know what Coach Meeks was thinking there. We're in 4-down territory regardless. You're inside the 30. You got to get to the 21. You're not going to kick a long field goal. You're not going to punt in this situation. So here we go on 3rd down and 8. And again, he's going to pitch it back, and the ball on the ground. Tried to pitch it back to Pesic, and that just bounced off Pesic and went down there onto the ground. It's just kind of been that type of season for the Wildcats right there. And that is that one play that has just never come around for the Cats. We're game number 6 now, or 7 on the year, and the Cats just have not gotten that pitch down, Gary.
No, they haven't, and it's a shame, but, you know, it's a work in progress. So
1st and 10, ball up to the 44-yard line after the fumble. Pleasant Hill has it in decent field position here just outside of Wildcat territory from their own 44-yard line. 1st and 10 for Pleasant Hill. Atkins in, and Poisel showing blitz, and now Atkins looking to throw. He's going to throw it deep over the middle, has his man complete down to the 20. Tarwater with the immediate tackle, but Bramwell picks up 36 yards on that one down to the 20-yard line, and it's 1st and 10 Pleasant Hill with 5:52 to go in the first half. So 14-0 Kearney over Green Valley. 28-3 is a false start on Green Valley. 28-3 Excelsior leads Oak Grove. 21-14 Odessa over Warrensburg on our scoreboard. And it'll be 1st and 15 from the 25 for Pleasant Hill here. Throw it out in the flats, and Kohler just weaves through traffic inside the 10 to about the 8-yard line. 17-yard gain. And again, those missed tackles biting the Wildcats. That could have been about a 6-7-yard gain. Instead, Kohler turns it in to Moore. 1st and goal. And here we go on 1st and goal. They're going to hand it right up the middle and get into the 5-yard line. So ball at the 5-yard line for Pleasant Hill, trying to cash some more chips in here, already up 20-0 on the Wildcats. 2 wide receivers left, 2 to the right. With 5 minutes to go here in the first half. Shotgun for Atkins. He's looking to throw, and now he's going to throw deep back of the end zone, incomplete. Bramwell, the intended target, and it goes off him out of bounds. Jacob Poisel on the coverage, and it'll bring up a 3rd down and goal. So 3rd and goal coming up for Pleasant Hill here. You know they got a kicker that can bust one through from 25 out.
We'd like to see a strong hold here by Harrisonville and make them kick.
So 3rd down, Atkins rolling out. He throws and picked off by the Wildcats in the end zone and taking it out of the end zone. And I'm not sure. Crowley intercepted that one. And I know what you're trying to do in that situation. You want to make a big play, but you're 8 yards deep in your own end zone. You don't want to pull that one out. So it'll be Cats ball. It's going to be at about their own 4-yard line. We'll see where they mark it. So the ball will be at the 3-yard line for the Wildcats. Their own 3, 97 yards from pay dirt here. I'm going to venture to guess we're not going to go with a pitch in this situation. 4:41 to go first half. 2 wide receivers out right side. Under center is George. And here we go on first down. A little throw out to Percival. Percival gets to the 5 and then is hammered out of bounds on the near sideline. He was kind of held up there and took a lick. And Grego with the tackle knocked him down. And the Cats get a little bit of breathing room, though. Going to give him 4 yards on that one, up to about the 8-yard line. I feel like the chains are about a yard off on the far side from where I can see them. But here we go. Second down and long for the Cats. Under center is George. And on second down, they're going to hand it off for Reynolds. Reynolds cuts to the outside, stays on his feet, out of bounds, up to about the 15-yard line. Going to mark him at the 16, it looks like, so he'll have enough for a first down. Move the chains up to the 16, almost 17-yard line where they're going to mark it. First and 10 for the Wildcats. When you run that far across the field, though, you always work into a chance of getting a holding call as well when you spread it out that far. 2 wide receivers set right side. Under center, George going to hand off. Right up the middle they go this time. I think that was Wilson. Not quite sure, but it's going to be a gain of about 8. And that was Jaden Wilson with the carry. So an 8-yard run by Jaden brings up second down and 2 for the Cats. 3:48 to go here in the first half. This would be a good opportunity for the Cats to get a nice long drive put together, get something going before halftime. 28-14 now, Odessa over Warrensburg. So here we go, 2 wide receivers set to the near side, right side, on second and 2. George is under center. And the Cats looking to step into it. Overthrows Atkinson. And it'll bring up 3rd and 2. Just a little bit too much on that one. Brings up a 3rd down and 2 for the Cats.
But that was a better, when I say a better throw, it was less air and more line. Just a little bit too much on it.
So that brings up a 3rd and short for the Cats. Reynolds and Wilson in the backfield on this series for the Wildcats with 3:18 to go, and they're going to go right up to middle for Wilson, and I think he's going to have enough for a first down. It'll be close. We will wait. Looks like they're going to move the chains here. So it will move. And the Cats will have another first down. That's a Troby's Maytag Home Appliance Center first down. Think Troby's first when you think home appliances.
That's our 11th first down.
You know, there's a whistle on the field here, waiting to see. .312 is what they want to put on the game clock. 3:12 to go.
As he puts 31-20 on it.
Be a long night. Wide receiver out to the left side. Under center is George.
And you know it's not easy to run the clock. You got to give the clock operators.
So here we go. Down
There's a
the
good
side
pass.
he comes. Back door. Tries to come out of there with it.
That's why I was waiting, because he never looked back. If the defender would have looked back on that, everything would have been fine, but he did not look back.
That's not a rule in high school. That is not a rule at the high school level, because last year that happened, and I thought the same thing. And
you looked it up.
Talking to Coach Maxwell after the game, actually, the next week I ran into him and I go, wasn't that pass interference? And he says, no, that's not a pass interference. They don't have to turn. They can do that at the high school level. So
interesting.
Yeah. So the more you know.
The more I know. I need to know that.
There was contact, that is for sure, and it'll be another first down. to Troby's Maytag Home Appliance Center. First down.
Well, I said there was 11. Now there's 12 first downs.
And, that goes back to talking to Coach Meekers earlier this year. He says, we just haven't been consistent in practice. He goes, we'll get a good drive together in practice. And he goes, then it falls apart. And that tells you right there, 12 first downs. They've had some good drives. They're just not putting a solid one together. And up the middle they go with that one for Reynolds, and nowhere to go. We got back to the line of scrimmage, brings up second down. Gray with the tackle, brings up second down and 10. Cats outside of midfield from their own 43-yard line. Second down coming up. And they're going to hand it off for Wilson, and Wilson going to get 3 or 4. Push him up about if you ever get a chance, you got to watch Brody Rogers block downfield, because if you've ever seen the movie The Blind Side, where he takes the kid and drives him all the way out of bounds and then over the fence, Brody had his guy about 9 yards downfield on that block.
And I wondered why the other line judge or the other side judge was running in so fast.
So third down coming up, and the Cats are going to throw it, and that one floats up. And an interception for the Wildcats.
And like you said, good drive going on, and then they make a mistake. But that's going to be one of those things that they're going to be able to correct.
But Colby, as the receiver, has got to know where that ball's going.
And he never turned, though, until
he turned initially, looked, and then he kept running downfield. You got to be able to know that ball's not going to float that way. So it kind of works as a makeshift punt, pushes them back to their own 33-yard line. It'll be a 1st and 10. Plenty of time for Pleasant Hill, though, with 1:51 to go in the first half.
See, they started on their 3 and had a good drive going.
So 1st and 10 coming up for Pleasant Hill. 3 wide receivers set to the right side, 1 to the left. They're going to go in motion from right to left. And they're going to throw it deep downfield and through the hands of Bramwell, and it'll bring up 2nd down and 10. So they went for the jugular on 1st and 10 there. Brings up a 2nd down for Pleasant Hill from their own 33-yard line. You got to give P. Hill a lot of credit. They've came in and they haven't let up here in the ball game. You can tell that the homecoming festivities haven't been too big for them, anything like that. 3 wide receivers set to the far side. They throw it out in the flats, and Kohler breaks tackles. And now the ball on the turf. Cats come up with it, and Miles Jennings with it, and he's going to take it past the 45 to the 46-yard line. So Cats recover that one. Is Miles Jennings with the recovery and the return to the 44. So we're about where we were after both teams trade turnovers. Cats close to midfield at their own 46-yard line. So 1:32 to go in the first half. Cats 54 yards from pay dirt. Atkinson going to be flanked out here near side. On the right side to the left side is Knowles. Under center, George with his split backs in the backfield. Percival off the left end. On 1st and 10. And the Cats looking to pass. And they go right back that way. And again, throws it up for grabs down inside the 20. That was actually River Riley in at quarterback. So River Riley throws that one for an interception. So 1st and 10 for the Roosters at their own 21. So
this is becoming, as a stat guy, interception, fumble, interception. It's becoming pretty difficult to keep up with here.
And the one thing I'm seeing from the throws on our side is you guys, they got to look somebody off. I mean, River went back and he was looking right where he was throwing the whole time. Everybody knew there was 3 defenders over on that side. So 1st and 10 coming up for Pleasant Hill. 2 wide receivers left, 2 to the right, shotgun formation. They're going to go in motion from left to right. They're going to fake the handoff and then throw it back and tipped away. Jaden Wilson, if he could have grabbed that one, he could have been in for 6. Good defense by Wilson to read that from his safety position and brings up 2nd down and 10 with 1:21 to go in the first half. So 2nd and 10 coming up from their own 20. Atkins in the shotgun formation. And this time they're just going to go right up the middle with it for Harlan. And he's going to get it past the 20 to 22 yard line. Going to give him 2 on that one. Going to bring up 3rd and 8 with 1:07 to go. And the play clock resets there. The play clock was down to 2. I didn't think there was actually 2 seconds on the play clock. Pleasant Hill. They're going to go in motion here, come to the near side, cut back, and into the secondary they go. Down the sidelines, going to outrun everybody. Herlock with the touchdown. Makes it 26-0. So 26-0 with 37.9 to go in the first half of this one. So we'll wait the extra point here. You keep waiting that they may go for a 2. They have not decided to go for 2 to chase that 1 point. They're just going to keep rolling where they're at. Harlan's kick is up. It is good. It's 27-0 before half. We'll be right back.
Everybody has that one friend's house they love to go to with cool decorations and a relaxed environment. The Garage Burgers in Harrisonville is like your friend's house, an amazingly fun place with names of all of its visitors adorning the walls with old racing gear throughout. Make it your place to go next time you want a fun and terrific dinner. With 20-plus burgers, amazing appetizers, and ice-cold drinks, the Garage is your stop for fun and excitement. Now open late on Fridays. The Garage Burgers on Commercial across from Young's Tire.
All right, welcome back. Sonic kick return contestant Ben Pierce. Cats return a kick for a touchdown. Ben will win a $60 Sonic gift card brought to you by our good friends at Sonic of Harrisonville. 27-0. Look like the Cats are going to get in the locker room down 3 scores, and they give up another big play, Gary.
Yeah, and I thought maybe they were going to, put everything together and maybe take it to the end zone and go down only by down 2 scores and make a couple mistakes and
not a whole lot fancy jet sweep there. And that's burnt the Cats numerous occasions this year. That has been one of those, if you see on film, that's one that most teams are going to try to run at you. Little squib kick going to be taken by the Cats at the 10. It'll be Knowles at the 10 to the 20. Cuts back 25 on his feet to the 27-yard line. And now Kennedy Atkinson is going to get a personal foul, shoving a player in the back. Shoved it right, Harlan right in the back here. And another flag came in as well. So we'll see here. Pleasant Hill's mad. I knew they were going to call offsetting because the first flag came in and it was Kennedy Atkinson, but then the second flag came in and I think the official on the far side saw the initial contact, so it went both ways. And we'll just start it from the 27-yard line.
I wish they'd set the ball down. We don't even have a ball to play with yet.
So 32 seconds to go in the half, and you can tell it's a rivalry game. It's chippy already. You can just tell it's fun. It's fun to hear. Wide receiver left, wide receiver right. 32 seconds to go, first half. Under center is George. Wide receivers to the left and right. And they're going to hand off up the middle nowhere to go.
That was one of those, if the linebacker hadn't been blitzing, it was that counter to Percival.
And that's going to lose a couple of yards with 17 seconds to go. Play clock resets, and I don't know if the Cats will even snap one here. I don't think they're working on trying to snap one here. 5 seconds to go. They're going to have to hurry. Whistle and a timeout. So there's a timeout on the field. Does your vehicle need a timeout? Go see our good friends at Young's Auto Center today. 3 seconds to go here in the first half of play. Cats called their final timeout to run one final play. With it 27-0 here. So we'll have an extended timeout with it being homecoming. So we will have the coronation at halftime, a band performance, all kinds of stuff going on. And we will have a long halftime, so we will have plenty of time to talk about this first half, Gary. So 2nd down and 13 coming up. 3 seconds on the clock. And here we go. Up the middle they go, Reynolds, and that'll end the first half. Shot block on the Wildcats, but it was on the offense, so that will end. Can't have a defensive penalty to end a half or a game. And that'll end the first half. So one half in the books. It's been all Pleasant Hill, 27-0. We'll take a timeout.
Sales is that guy. Selling cars in Harrisonville for 35 years gains you that trust. Used car dealers can come and go, but not Steve. Holland Auto Sales, with 3 generations of Hollands graduating from Harrisonville, means he will be here for years to come. So go see the guy who the Grammer family trusts to buy from. Steve Holland with Holland Auto Sales on Commercial Street, just past Burger King. Salon 114 on the historic Harrisonville Square is happy to sponsor this year's Spirit Spotlight, which highlights a different Wildcat cheerleader who has excelled on the team each week. While the stylists at Salon 114 are extremely busy, they are excited to announce the addition of a full-spectrum infrared sauna. This new addition is available to anyone and comes with an array of health benefits. Sessions are available with flexible times and by the minute. That makes now the time to call at 816-651-3722.
There are a million places to buy a used car, so why not go somewhere you know lives by the Show Me State motto? The staff at Show Me wants to show you that Show Me spirit. Excellent service, affordable prices, and even loaners while you get your cars serviced. With 2 locations to serve you in Harrisonville and Belton, they will put you in your dream car, truck, or SUV, and if they don't have it, they'll find it for you. So drive on over to Show Me Auto Mall and drive away with your next car.
A strong starting lineup is a key to a great team. Insurance is no different, and Stafford & Stafford Insurance has the best lineup in town. With personal, commercial, health, life, farm, and crop insurance, they have you covered. 40-plus employees are there for you to find the best rates, walk you through claims, and make sure they are there for every step of the way. So if you're looking for a full-service insurance company with a strong starting lineup, go see the folks over at Stafford & Stafford Insurance on Commercial Street across from Holland Auto Sales.
You have choices when it comes to apparel and promotional gear for your business. Don't sacrifice quality for choice. Travis Thurston with T Screen Printing and Embroidery has all you could ask for. Local ability to screen print, embroider, and make vinyl decals, not to mention 50,000 promotional products at your fingertips with tscreenprinting.com. The next time your business or event needs apparel or a giveaway, stay local and turn to T Screen Printing Embroidery, the pros who 4Ts trust to outfit them on Friday nights.
You need multiple things for a project at home but don't want to go all over the city to find it? You need to go see Tom and Lonnie Cook at the 38,000 square foot Trade Fair Mall. Over 200 booths with Amish-made jelly, new and used furniture, antiques, toys, and a little bit of everything you can think of. Harrisonville's Trade Fair Mall can be your one-stop for everything. Whether it's your first time to Harrisonville or you've been here for years, the Trade Fair is definitely a see-it-to-believe-it type of place right across the street from Sutherland's.
What is your time worth? Think about it the next time you head to the city to spend hours and days shopping for home appliances and to save a few dollars. Instead, drive across town and see Erlene and her staff that's right here for your convenience. You can be in or out in a short amount of time with amazing service, a great product, and they always treat you like family. Located behind Hawthorne Bank on Plaza Drive, so spend all your extra time you saved cheering on the Wildcats. And remember, think Trobies first when you think of home appliances.
When it comes to fast service at a reasonable price, Young's Auto is your place. Whether it's a standard oil change, brake check, or something a little more major, Michelle and William with Young's Auto Repair will make sure you get back on the road quickly with a little change left in your pockets. So if you don't want to break the bank when your vehicle needs service, come to the shop that keeps you rolling down the highway. Young's Auto, right across the street from Young's Tire on South Commercial.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Pleasant Hill, Missouri. 27-0 Pleasant Hill at the half, and you know the Cats were driving late in the second quarter of that one. Looked like they may get on the board and only be down a couple of scores going into halftime. And another turnover by the Cats turned into 6 points for Pleasant Hill as they get a end around for 6 points as they just run it right at the Wildcats as Herlock takes it around the end for 80 yards, and it's 27-0 at the half. Cats have just struggled, and you know, it was one of those things I was talking about early in the game is when one thing goes bad, the Cats have not been able to keep it from making 3, 4, 5, 6 things go bad. 6-0 scores become 14, become 27 in a matter of time, and that's been the difference for the Cats. And I said it, I want to see some want to. I want to see some kids out there. You know, I want to see like what I saw with Brody Rogers. I want to see a kid blocking 8, 9 yards downfield when you're down 20-0. I want to see stuff like that. And I'm not going to fault all of this on the Wildcats, you know, because they've had some good looks at it, and they've had multiple, they've had over 10 first downs in the first half, and usually when you have 12, 13, 14, 15 first downs in a half, usually you're going to probably have several scores on the board, and the Cats do not have that. So, you know, Gary Davidson's coming and joining me now. He's got the stats added up, and it's just, you see some good. It's just putting together that full 48-minute football game.
Well, we've said it, it's sporadic, it's not consistent. You know, I mean, the first drive they had 10 plays, 67 yards, and stalled on downs. They ended up on the 13-yard line, stalled on downs. And then it just went downhill from there. Then they had a good drive going again, another 9-play drive at the beginning of the second half, starting with 10 minutes to go in the second, and then they ended up with a fumble. They went 33 yards, ended up with a fumble. Had it for 4 minutes there. And the very next drive, they had a drive going, 64 yards, 3 minutes, 8 plays, 2 first downs in that drive, and you have an interception. So it's the inconsistency that we've got, and part of that is just, I mean, you look at the players on the football field, and they're not. A lot of them are not players that have had a lot of play time, and you see that in the athletes and in the teams that you play, And that's kind of happening to us this year because we graduated quite a few last year.
And you talk about it, and I said it before you came on. I don't know if you were able to hear. I know you were adding up your stats, but it was 6-0, and I said, the inconsistency for the Cats is it goes downhill from there as these leads become 6 to 10 to 20 to 30, and on down the road. And if you look at it, it's consistent with the drive chart. 67 yards, almost over a third of that was on of 152 total yards. 67, almost a third of that was on that first drive of the game, and then the mistakes to happen. You get a fumble, then you go interception. I mean, those are the ones you want back, and you just, like you said, you got a lot of guys, and we talked about it pregame show or early in the game. You had 2 freshmen running back in the game at one point in time, a sophomore and a junior wide receiver, a junior quarterback, and we even had a sophomore quarterback in there. So that tells me you start playing with house money now. You're going to figure out what you've got towards the end of the year, and if you can bounce a couple of victories out of that going into the offseason, you're going to feel real good about where you stand going into next season.
Yeah, and I mean, you look, Reynolds has 68 yards on 13 carries. That's not a bad half. I mean, and then you've got next is you've got Wilson. He's got 30 yards on 7 carries. Then you've got Pesic, 26 yards on 4 carries. You got Knowles with 19 pass reception yards and 3 receptions. And then Atkinson, 11 reception yards, and then Percival with 3. So inconsistency, I think, as the year goes on, it's going to benefit us, and it is going to benefit us in the future years. There's no question about that. But you want to see that for those seniors this year. You want to see some success. You don't want them to have that happen to them their senior year. And obviously they've been on a championship team. They know what it's like to win, and I'm sure that they want to win. So as we talked last week, or as I said last week, there's probably nobody harder on themselves than the players themselves. But it's just difficult to watch it happen and just not being able to do anything about it.
And not to be a negative Nancy at all, but my thought process going forward as we're starting to build and you see those inconsistencies is these guys have got to start and understand that, you can't use that excuse for a long, long time. You can't just keep saying, well, we got a lot of youngsters, or the young guys will be like, well, coach, it's my first time out there. Like, you get a little bit of a buffer zone, but then it starts becoming, hey, you've been out there 7 games now. We can't be having the same mistakes. And I think that's one of the things you're seeing with different kids in there now, because they've had 6 and 7 games and they aren't fixing those mistakes. And it's for the coaching staff and for the other guy. It's the next guy. It's the next man up mentality.
Yeah. And our offense is a difficult offense to run, but you would think by now, through the summer program, through the spring, and then through the summer program, and then going into 2-a-days, and now into the 7th game, you would think that things would be a little bit more consistent.
You would, but if you look at the other side of that coin, Gary, think about how many running backs we've had in that backfield this year. It's been, you're looking at trying to get a cohesion. We started it with Wilson and Crowley, and then we went to
Wilson and Reynolds,
and then we went to Crowley and Reynolds, and then we went to, so there's a lot that goes into that. But at the same time, these kids all run that same position and run that same offense. It isn't like the freshmen when they were freshmen or in middle school that they weren't running this offense as well. So it's one of those things. You've got to do a good job. You got to try to figure things out, and hopefully it'll continue to get better. Score at the half, 27-0. We're going to take a timeout, and we'll be back with more on your halftime show, brought to you by Kaleidoscope Digital Services on the Harrisonville Squares, your one-stop for printing, computer service, Wi-Fi, and gaming. Go see Harrisonville's best computer solutions at Kaleidoscope Digital Services. We'll take a quick time out. We'll be back with some soccer seconds, a Spirit Spotlight, the Bright Spot, and more on your halftime show. We'll be right back. You're watching 4Ts.com.
You have choices when it comes to apparel and promotional gear for your business. Don't sacrifice quality for choice. Travis Thurston with T Screen Printing and Embroidery has all you could ask for. Local ability to screen print, embroider, and make vinyl decals, not to mention 50,000 promotional products at your fingertips with tscreenprinting.com. The next time your business or event needs apparel or a giveaway, stay local and turn to T Screen Printing and Embroidery, the pros who 4Ts trust to outfit them on Friday nights.
Decisions on the
You
football
have choices when it comes to apparel and
field
promotional.
split second. When buying a home, it is quite the opposite. Let Carol Looney and her staff at American Heritage walk you through the process with ease. They will make sure buying your dream home doesn't become a nightmare. From the first showing until the keys are in your hand, go with the realtors that have called Harrisonville home since 1981. American Heritage Realtors, office located next to Sonic on Commercial, or go see them at americanheritage-realtors.com.
No matter how many things you've had on the menu at Applebee's, everyone has their favorite. Whether it's an appetizer sampler, chicken fajita roll-up, or 3-cheese chicken penne with a side of buffalo sauce, you always go back to your favorite. At some point over the years, every Wildcat has had a meal at Applebee's. The next time you head to Applebee's in your Wildcat gear, mention the Wildcat Special and receive a 10% discount. Applebee's of Harrisonville on Rockhaven Road, catty corner to Quick Trip. Atkinson Funeral Home and Cremation Service has been serving families in the area since 1929. The Atkinsons take great pride in being members of the community. They will soon graduate a 4th-generation Wildcat. With this kind of commitment to Harrisonville, you know Atkinson Funeral Home will be there for you. As always, they are proud sponsors of the Harrisonville Wildcats.
All right, we're back on the Kaleidoscope Digital Services halftime show, and it's time for our Soccer Seconds, brought to you by our good friends at Schroeder Chiropractic. Proud to update us on Wildcat soccer team's progress. Schroeder Chiropractic, they got your back. Your Wildcat soccer team, champions of the Oak Park Northmen Classic. They win last Saturday over Lincoln Prep 5-2 to move the record to 13-2-1. And then they got a victory earlier this week over Pleasant Hill, 2-1, and improved to 12-3-2 and 5-0 in the MRVC. They did lose their contest this afternoon to Rolla 3-1 in the annual Thomas Whitfield games down in Rolla, Missouri. 12-4-2 is now the Wildcats' record on the season. So the Harrisonville Wildcat soccer team continues to churn out wins. The Final Four last year, and they lost a player that is now playing at the University of South Carolina, as well as their all-state goalkeeper, who is now a cornerback for the Wildcat football team. So still churning out those victories. 12-4 on the season are the Wildcat soccer team. We'll thank our good friends at Schroeder Chiropractic for giving us all that information. Schroeder Chiropractic, they've got your back. Now it's time for a Spirit Spotlight. And the Spirit Spotlight is brought to you by our good friends at Salon 114 on the historic Harrisonville Square, along with Birdie's Boutique and Antiques, both on the historic square. Bring you the Spirit Spotlight each and every week. And tonight's featured spotlight is, if it'll load here. It does load, and tonight's spotlight is on Cameron Setzer. Cammie is the daughter of Dennis and Amy Setzer. This is Cammie's second year as an HHS cheerleader. Her favorite thing about cheer is the people. Her favorite teacher is Mrs. Deviney because she is very relatable. Cammie's never get up attitude and flexibility makes her one of the best cheerleaders on the sidelines. She always has a smile to share and works hard from the start to finish. She isn't afraid to try new things and puts her teammates first. We couldn't imagine HHS cheer without her. That is tonight's Spirit Spotlight, brought to you by Salon 114 and Birdie's Boutique and Antiques, both on the historic square. Proud to bring you the Spirit Spotlight. We're going to take a time out. We'll be back with more on your Kaleidoscope Digital Services halftime show right after this.
The Harrisonville Square is quickly becoming a shopping destination, and a big reason why is Birdie's Boutique and Antiques at the corner of Lexington and Pearl Street. Birdie's offers a unique combination of fashionable clothing, furniture, accessories, home decor, and gifts. For the ladies in your life, it's the place to take them. With a little bit of everything, they are sure to make you leave with something new. So the next time you want to go shopping, head up to Historic Square and check out Harrisonville's newest hot spot for fashion, Birdie's Boutique and Antiques. It's happened to all of us, running a few minutes late and not enough time to drive somewhere to get out and go in to get a coffee, tea, latte, or delicious muffin or cinnamon roll. Good news, Brew Daddy's Coffee is now open and boasts Harrisonville's only drive-through coffee shop. Quick, convenient, and delicious is exactly what Brew Daddy's is for you. Opening at 6 a.m. and staying open all afternoon on Fridays to give you that caffeine boost before the game. Brew Daddy's Coffee right next to Commerce Bank on Commercial.
Thank you, Kansas City, for making us the fastest growing Ford dealership in the Midwest. Going on right now, Max Ford is having a regional Carfax Advantage event. That's right, going on right now. Take advantage of the huge pre-owned inventory. Over 65% of our pre-owned vehicles are one owners. Max Motors guarantees to beat the other dealers' online price by $500. We offer the lowest prices with a hassle-free shopping environment, which makes us the easiest place to buy a car. Max Ford of Harrisonville, 291 and 71 Highway, maxford.com.
Teammates on a football field are a must. That's why Cameron Chenoweth of American Family and Lacey Dominick of Shelter Insurance are teaming up to give you options in the insurance market. They know you have choices, and they want to work together like the Wildcat football team to make sure you have the best insurance coverage out there. To see what their team can do for you, call Cameron Chenoweth at 816-380-3996 and Lacey Dominick at 816-380-2700.
When you climb in your vehicle with your kids and head to the Wildcat game, you want to be safe. Make sure your tires are safe by visiting William and Michelle's at Young's Tire and Wheel Center. You might not need them today. William can give you a peace of mind by letting you know when you will. If tires are needed, they will get you the best tire on the market and Harrisonville's best tire warranty with free flat repair for life of the tire. So stay safe with new tires from Young's Tire and Wheel Center.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to your Kaleidoscope Digital Services halftime show. Kaleidoscope Digital Services on the Harrisonville Square is your stop for printing, computer service, Wi-Fi, and gaming. Go see Harrisonville's best computer solutions, Kaleidoscope Digital Services. Your score at the half, 27-0. Pleasant Hill in control of this one. Cat's going to try to get back in the groove here in the second half, try to get back in this ball game. I want to thank all of our great sponsors that make each and every one of our broadcasts possible. Troby's, Maytag Home Appliance Center, Show Me Auto Mall, Holland's Auto Sales, Max Ford of Harrisonville, Cameron Chenoweth, American Family, Lacey Dominick of Shelter Insurance, Young's Tire and Wheel Center, Young's Auto Repair, Sherwood Community Bank, American Heritage Realtors, Birdie's Boutique and Antiques, Salon 114, Forged by Fire Kitchen and Tap House, Brad Sainer with Farmers Insurance, Trade Fair, Colby's Car Clinic, Kaleidoscope Digital Services, Schroeder Chiropractic, Stafford and Stafford Insurance, Applebee's of Harrisonville, Atkinson Funeral Home, the Southcast Tribune, Brew Daddy's Coffee, the Garage Burgers and Brews, Sonic of Harrisonville, and the Best Burrito. Talk about the Best Burrito with the best Mexican food in Harrisonville, the salsa top-notch, gigantic burritos. Or if you just need a couple of tacos, you want to run in on lunch, they always have daily lunch specials as well. That is the Best Burrito in Harrisonville, one of Harrisonville's original fine eating establishments. I'm sure, Gary, you've been to the Best Burrito a time or two.
One or two. And they've also got some other things on the menu that are very good as well. But yes, I usually go for the enchiladas, the chicken enchiladas, and stuff like that. But
well, and also T's Custom Screen Printing and Embroidery, giving us our nice digs this year. White polos, we've got black polos, We have blue pullovers, and then we have Jerry Forschler, who doesn't listen to directions and wears something the total opposite.
Yeah, he can't be on camera. He says he couldn't find his. We've had these shirts for what, 2 weeks? We got them at Excelsior, and he can't find it.
Oh, golly gee whiz! So
I thought Brenda took better care of him than that, but
Brenda takes. We're going to talk about Brenda. Brenda is amazing, and Brenda does a great job with my children, and her other big kid here, Santa Claus. But I want to give a shout out to Brenda because she's staying late tonight. Me and Jerry are up here working. Angela is in Holden right now working on a paper because Angela thought it would be a great idea while I'm in school to get my bachelor's degree. She went back to school to get her specialist. She already has the master's, getting a specialist, so she had a paper to write, and she's doing that right now. And Brenda's watching the kids. She's took them to the carnival today. They went to Sonic. They've been to the craft fair. I mean, she rocking it today.
Okay, be quiet for just a minute so I can say give a shout out to Braxton before I forget it. So, hey Braxton, I hope you're listening. I hope you're having a good night, and we'll be home sometime this evening.
We will. I don't know if he's listening or not. He may be watching like Mickey Mouse Clubhouse or something. Brenda does a good job taking care of those kids, though, and I got to give her an extra shout-out on that one. So, nevertheless, thanks again for joining us for the Kaleidoscope Digital Services halftime show. Kaleidoscope Digital Services on the Harrisonville Square. It's a one-stop for printing, computer services, Wi-Fi, and gaming. Go see Harrisonville's best computer solutions at Kaleidoscope Digital Services. We are set for the second half kickoff here as we await the kick and trying to see if they would turn sideways. Can't quite see who that is getting ready to kick as I await to see. All right, we are set for kick, and that is Brandon Johnson set to kick it away for the Wildcats. A little squib kick down the sideline, fair caught at the 32-yard line. Great coverage on that kick. If you need a great insurance quote, go see my good friend Brad Sainer at Farmers Insurance of Harrisonville, across from Casey's in the A-frame on Commercial. And if you go right now and get one of those free estimates, you can be registered to win a autographed, authentic Patrick Mahomes jersey that will become available on November 1st when they do the drawing. 2 wide receivers left, 2 to the right. Atkins in the backfield in the shotgun. Cat's going to show pressure and a little slant pattern to the 50, to the 45, 40, and down the sideline he comes.
And this is going to come back. There was a
pick
receiver, that actually tackled one of the defenders back in the backfield, defensive backfield. So.
And it's going to be one of those good old spot fouls, so we'll have 1st and 10 all over again, as it was right at the first down marker.
It will be almost exactly 1st and 10, won't it?
Well, it depends. There's 2 on the field there because there's one also at the 44-yard line. There was one at the 50. So we will see. But nevertheless, the Cats catch a break there. Instead of 1st and 10 for Pleasant Hill into the red zone, P. Hill's going to be at their own 34-yard line. We'll see where they mark it. Well, we'll say they're going to. That wasn't a hold, so that'll be a 15-yard penalty. And that'll push them backwards, and that'll make it 1st and Raymore. So here we go on 1st down, and Atkins throws it out in the flat. Got his man. He's going to get about 10 plus of it back on the far sideline there. Pass is complete to Venegas. So Venegas with the catch. It brings it up to the 33-yard line, and it'll bring up 2nd down and about 12. So the pass interference was a 15-yard penalty. 2 to the left, 2 to the right, and they're going to fake, and right up the middle they go. Atkins is going to be taken down as the Cats get in the backfield for that one. Colin Carruthers in on that one, was right there breathing down Atkins' neck. And Carruthers is going to get credited with his first varsity sack there. So Colin Carruthers with the sack. Another Wildcat was in on that one as well. 2 to the left, 2 to the right, 3rd down and long. And now again the Cats chased out of the pocket and chased down as Atkins on the backfield. Miles Jennings that time. Cats getting some pressure up the middle. And it'll be 4th down, and Pleasant Hill going to have to punt for one of the few times today. Ben Pierce is our Sonic kick return contestant. If the Cats return this kick for a touchdown, he will win a $60 Sonic gift card from our friends at Sonic of Harrisonville. High end over end kick is going to bounce and bounce backwards at about the Cat 46-yard line, and the Cats will take over here in this second half. So 10:07 to go here in the third quarter, and Cats will have it in good field position from their own 47-yard line. Going to go from left to right to start this second half of play. Almost like to see the Cats just come out and chuck one deep right here to start this second half of play. George in there under center, split backs in the backfield, wide receiver flanked out right side. And this time they're going to hit it right up the middle. And to midfield they're going to go. I believe that was Mr. Wilson on that one. No, that was Pesic. So sorry, Pesic on the carry. So second down coming up at midfield. Wide receiver flanked out to the near sideline. Split backs in the backfield. And this time they're looking to pass. They're going to throw it out in the flats for Atkinson. He's going to have close to a first down. See where they mark him at. Looks like he's going to be about a yard short. So it'll be 3rd down and 1 into Rooster territory to the Rooster 44 on 3rd and short. Knowles going to be flanked out left side on 3rd and short. George right here in front of us. We're right here at the 50-yard line. George under center. Show and blitz here, and this time they're going to hand off for Reynolds. And the fumble as it did not get to Reynolds, and George is able to fall on it, brings up 4th down and 2 now. And right there, Pleasant Hill was bringing the house as everybody was coming on that one, Gary. It looked like they had about 8 guys in the box.
Yeah, and that's where if you break through that initial line, you're gone. But didn't quite. And that one probably he should have given instead of taking it out. And I think he tried to pull it back in.
Yeah, he was at the first down marker when it popped backwards. So under center is George on 4th and 2 for the Cats. And they hand it off for Reynolds, and he's going to have a first down. And it's going to be close. The judge is running in. I think he's going to have it by about a football. And that will be a Wildcat first down. So 1st and 10 down to the 43-yard line. That's at Troby's Maytag Home Appliance Center. First down. Think Troby's first when you think home appliances. 8:05 to go here, third quarter. Cats down 27-0. Knowles flanked out near side. Split backs in the backfield. Percival off the end on 1st and 10. And they're going to pitch it back. And it goes to Gray, and he's going to cover it up down at the 35-yard line. And it'll be 1st and 10, Pleasant Hill. Again, another Cat miscue. Turns the ball over. And Gary, that time, I mean, that pitch was not even close. I mean, that was Reynolds was way off on that one, and I get it. You got to keep working on it, and you got to be able to make that pitch. But the Cats spread that pitch so far to the sideline before they want to make it. It's another turnover, and Pleasant Hill in business down at the Cat 30-yard line. 2 to the left, 2 to the right. Shotgun formation for Atkins. has his running back with him in the backfield, Harlan, and he's going to be chased down and taken down as he gets taken down at the 36-yard line. Hagen Stevenson on the sack, and it brings up a 2nd down and 17. I like the fire coming out of the second half on the defensive side of the ball. A lot of names we haven't been calling before as well, Gary. Shotgun formation. Here they go up the middle for Harlan, and he's going to get some of it back and get back to the original line of scrimmage. After the 6-yard loss, he gets a 6-yard gain, brings up 3rd down and 10. So 3rd and 10 coming up. So 3rd down and 10 coming up. 2 wide receivers left, 2 to the right. Shotgun formation. Harlan on the left side of Atkins in the backfield on 3rd down. And this time they fake the handoff. They're going to look to throw. And again, chased out of the pocket. And Atkins going to throw it down the sideline for the comeback route. And it'll be complete on the far side by Kohler. And give all the credit in the world to Atkins on that one, as he kept that play alive and was able to get it on the far sideline complete for Ramsey Kohler for a 1st down at the 5-yard line. The ball down to the 5-yard line here.
Yeah, that was a good roll and an excellent pass on the run out of the pocket, 25-yard reception.
So here we go on 1st and goal. They're going to hand off out of the regular formation and up to about the 1-yard line. It'll bring up 2nd and goal from the 1. That was Harlan on that one. There's a player down on the field for Pleasant Hill. Harlan powers that one forward. Brings up 1st and goal. 2nd and goal at the 1. 6 minutes to go here, 3rd quarter. Pleasant Hill a chance to put this one almost away here as they barrel into the end zone for 6. And that is Gray, I believe, on the touchdown run. Makes it 33-0. Surprised Pleasant Hill not going to go for 2 here. Surprised and not at the same time, if I'm thinking in the back of my head. 33-0 is the score. Wait for the extra point to come. The kick is up. The kick is good. The Cats trail 34-0. We'll be back.
Be scared when you have the best mechanics around right here in Harrisonville. Colby and the crew at Colby's Car Clinic are all ASE certified mechanics with the latest equipment to keep your vehicle running smoothly year in and year out. Add new tires and being a rough country lifts and accessory dealer, Colby's Car Clinic takes the fear out of getting your car fixed. So give Colby a call at 816-380-3000 or go see them in the big blue building behind O'Reilly's.
The of this one, Gary. And, you know, again, something good turns into something bad. Another good drive ends in a turnover in a short field for Pleasant Hill, and they cash their chips in and make a 34-0 game in this one. Cats return this kick for a touchdown. Ben Pierce will win a $60 Sonic gift card. Even if they don't return one in this game, he will get a $10 gift card from our friends at Sonic of Harrisonville. Noel's going to let this one roll into the end zone. That's a dangerous place to let it roll and bounce from at about the 7-yard line. You got to hope it goes in the end zone. It'll be 1st and 10, Cats from their own 20 with 5:47 to go here in quarter number 3. So, Gary's just each game it seems like we talk about the same situations in it, and here it is again. The Cats just struggling to put consistencies together.
Well, and you don't win ball games by turning it over 4 times in a half and a half of a quarter. So, you've got to hold on to the ball. And
here we go. Try it again. 2 wide receivers left, 1 to the right. Split backs in the backfield. Under center is George. He's going to throw it out in the flats for Percival. Percival's going to get 5-7, stays on his feet. I made the comment a couple of weeks ago. I said he's like a water bug, as he's just so shifty and quick. And he's a tough guy as well. He's tough to bring down. He went into a couple of
he's not that big, but he's feisty.
Feisty for sure. And he got a couple extra yards out of that, make it a 2nd down and about 3 for the Wildcats.
5'9", 133.
I'm going to go with about 5'7", 125. But that's from up here. So it'll be a 2nd down and short for the Cats. Under center is going to be George. Wide receiver left and right. And his split max in the backfield. This time they're going to hand off for Reynolds, and he goes absolutely nowhere, as Pleasant Hill is all over that one. Going to bring up 3rd down for the Wildcats. 35-14, Odessa over Warrensburg. 34-3, Excelsior over Oak Grove. 14-7, Kearney and Grain Valley. Grain Valley hanging tough with the Kearney Bulldogs, giving them probably their best game of the year so far. Wide receiver left and right. They throw it out in the flats for Atkinson, and Kennedy dives forward. Going to be enough for a 1st down already. I don't think, knew where the sticks were as he was diving like he had that imaginary yellow line for the 1st down. And Kennedy going to have a 1st down for the Cats, and that's at Troby's Maytag Home Appliance Center. 1st down. Think Troby's first. When you think home appliances, 5 minutes ago here, quarter number 3. Cats get a 1st down, and they continue to add to their 1st downs. I'll be interested to see the final count of 1st downs on this night.
That's 14 so far.
Wide receiver left, wide receiver to the right. George looking to throw. He throws it over in the flats for Percival. He snags it out of the air and drove down out of bounds is Percival. Herlock tackles him. We got a little extra in on that one at the end. But it's a 1st down for Percival. And that's it. Troby's Maytag Home Appliance Center 1st down. Think Troby's first. When you think home appliances, ball down to the 45 of Pleasant Hill with 4:34 to go here in quarter number 3.
And this is where you would like to see a consistent drive continue. We get to about right here, the 30, and then we have to make a mistake.
Under center is George. And nowhere.
Sorry.
Nowhere for him to go, as that was a jailbreak blitz. Brady Slaisner in on that sack.
Sorry, the reason I was going, because I saw him getting blindsided, and thank goodness it didn't happen that way. But
so it brings up a 2nd down and 14 for the Cats. So now this is where you want to try to get a little bit of it back. You want to get 5 or 6 here, make it a 3rd and manageable, and then you get a little bit back on 3rd down, and you go forward on 4th down at about the 40-yard line. Atkinson right side, Knowles left side, under center is George. Here we go on 2nd down. Cats looking to throw. They throw it in the flats for Reynolds, and Reynolds cuts back and is taken down. Brady Slaisner again on the tackle on the far, or on the outside here. Another yard loss. Brings up 3rd down and 15 at midfield. I'm not going to let you talk about it anymore, Gary. Each time we bring it up, it's like there's a force field at the 45-yard line of Pleasant Hill, and the Cats just stall out. Wide receiver left, wide receiver to the right. Under center is George. Here we go on 3rd and long.
There's that counter.
Counter play to Percival, and he tries to cut to the outside instead of cutting back around that end. And there's a late flag that comes in.
I don't know if he got him, if he horse collared him there, or maybe got a face mask. It kind of went down kind of weird, but it came in on the tackle, and there wasn't anybody else out there that I saw. And they're pointing it's going to be against Pleasant Hill. So,
and if that's the case,
it's a personal foul. Will be automatic first down. Unsportsmanlike.
So it is an automatic first down as they signal for the first down. So Cats catch a break there. So it'll be a first down for, well, we'll see what they do here. The official said first down. So it will be fourth down. So he originally signaled first down.
It was dead ball, so that's the reason it went that way.
So it will be fourth down and 2 for the Cats at the 37-yard line. So Cats going to go forward on fourth down, catch a break there. Now they got to capitalize on the break they caught. 2 wide receivers set to the near side. Under center is George. And here we go on fourth down and nowhere to go. Pleasant Hill eats that one for lunch. Garrett Schick in on the tackle along with, I believe that was Stidham as well. Brings up a 1st and 10 for Pleasant Hill. So again, that 50-yard line is kryptonite for the Cats. Turn it over on downs. 1:35 to go, third quarter, 34-0. Pleasant Hill with the lead. Looking to make it 40-plus on this drive. Wide receiver to the left, wide receiver to the right. Shotgun formation right up the middle. They're going to go with Harlan, and he's going to have 5 yards and bring up a 2nd and 5. So 2nd down coming up for Pleasant Hill here. Ball at their own 43-yard line. I was looking for one up the middle. They go again. Harlan takes it into Cat territory to the 35-yard line. 41-14, Odessa over Warrensburg so far in that one.
That breaks him at 116 on 8 carries, Harlan.
So it'll be a 1st and 10 down to the Wildcat 36-yard line. And Pleasant Hill's not doing anything fancy right here. They're going with the double type formation right up the middle. They run it. Now this time they're going to look to throw, and they throw it over the flats. Almost picked off by Tarwater and incomplete. So they keep going with that draw up the middle. They lull you to sleep, and then they run pass option, roll out and throw it. Does Atkins incomplete. And it brings up 2nd down and 10, 17-7 Kearney over Green Valley. Looking for the Rockhurst and Battle score. That'll be an interesting one to take a look at. Wide receiver left, wide receiver right. Harlan nowhere to go this time. Cats defense is right there. Last guy up off of that pile is Christian Cooper. Brings up a 3rd down and 8. Rockhurst up 21, is 21-10? 21-0 over Battle. So 3rd down and 9 coming up for Pleasant Hill at the 35-yard line. And they're going to look to pass. They throw it in the flats. They got their man to the 25 for a 1st down. And they just continue to drive down the field. Carson Shoop with the Shoop tackled by Coop. And that'll end the 3rd quarter, 34-0 into 3. We'll be right back.
It's happened to all of us. Our printer out of ink and need an important document printed. In Harrisonville, that can spell disaster. Not any longer, though. Kaleidoscope Digital Services has you covered with inexpensive printing services. No more trips to the city just to get a copy made. And that's not all. Computer on the fritz, they'll take a look. Wi-Fi needed for workspace, and even starting a local gaming community, plus new board games to try. Head up to the historic Harrisonville Square and check out Kaleidoscope Digital Services on the corner of Wall and Independence Street.
All right. 3 quarters in the books. Cats down 34-0. Pleasant Hill is driving here in this one, though, as we await. I don't think Braxton is watching the game, but he does have his iPad because that's what I just got emoji-wise. I got, as Gary, sorry, didn't have his volume up, but we've got a bunch of police cars and everything else going on, and then we got fair and trains. I mean, I think he's talking to me in emojis.
He is. You just got to be able to understand that, and I'm surprised you don't.
I am not fluent in emoji. All right, 4th quarter set to start here. It is 34-0 Pleasant Hill. Wide receiver left, wide receiver right, shotgun formation. They're going to hand off Harlan, and he bounces off a tackle and gets a couple of yards down to the 23-yard line. Wrapped up and tackled by the Wildcats. It'll bring up 2nd down for Pleasant Hill. Rolling through some scores here. Blue Springs over Liberty North 14-13. Maryville beat St. Joe LeBlanc 82-0. Wide receiver left, wide receiver. Anytime you think it's bad, it can always be worse. Up the middle, they're going to go with Harlan. He's going to bounce it to the outside and into the end zone for a score. 40-0. Pleasant Hill with the lead. Against Excelsior Springs 3 weeks ago. 40-0 the score. Cats have been outscored 89-0 over the last 2 weeks of this one. Giving up an average of about 55 points a game over the last 4. All right, the kick was good. It's 41-0. The clock will roll when we get back to action. Let's run down some scores here. Oh, I'm sorry. 82-8, the final score in that one, Maryville over LeBlanc. 35-0, Lee Summit North over Lee Summit. Blue Spring South got drubbed by Park Hill, 32-0. Lee Summit West over Liberty, 45-21. Platte County over Ray Peck right now, 21-14 in that one. Park Hill South, 21-13 over Truman. All of these still in progress. The only final we've got is the Maryville one. North Kansas City and Hickman, 20-20. That's the lowest scoring output of North Kansas City we've seen. They've got a running back that already has 1,800 yards rushing this year, Gary, in Kansas City North.
And that's only 6.
It was only 6 games going into the night. He
That's
was
an average of 300 yards a game.
301 yards a game is he's averaging on the year.
That's more than some teams get.
Well, he had that one is in the end zone in 2 games, or he had 400 and some yards in one of his games. Like 400-plus yards rushing and like 7 touchdowns.
Well, we had a 300-yard rushing game.
Yeah, and so they were talking about it on the postgame show, and they said, that's like a good season for a lot of kids. 400-some yards, 6 touchdowns in a game. We'll re-kick it here after the penalty. It'll be from the 35-yard line as Pleasant Hill will set to kick it away.
Well, this might be an opportunity for, times some of the games where we've not scored any points on offense. We've scored it touchdown on a kickoff return, a punt return. So maybe
Ben Pierce can win a $60 Sonic gift card as that one rolls past everybody, and the Cats are going to have to pick it up at the 5-yard line and be taken down at the 5-yard line. That's twice our returners have done that. Ben is not going to get a $60 Sonic gift card for that kick return. And if you want to talk about great coverage, just like great insurance coverage, go see our friend Brad Sainer at Farmers Insurance. And remember, you can get registered to win a autographed signed Patrick Mahomes jersey from now till the end of October. And you can find him on the square at the Burnt District Festival this weekend. 10:40 to go here in this one. 41-0 is our score.
River Riley's going into quarterback. So I don't know if what running backs. I didn't see who they've got in there as running back, but Pesick's in there.
I think it's River with most of the same guys on 1st and 10, and Riley looking to throw from his own end zone, and he's going to chuck it incomplete, almost picked off by Schick.
Yeah, he got hit pretty heavily whenever he released the ball.
And you know, that's something right there, though, you want to see. I mean, you don't want to see a kid get laid out, but a sophomore quarterback like that could possibly maybe even be your quarterback next year, you never know. You want to see him take some hits and let him know that he can pop up from that hit and take another throw.
Well, it's always good. It's always good to get somebody else in there in the event that the number one quarterback does go down. You want to have somebody that's got a little bit of experience at the varsity level, and it'd be a little bit slower than it would normally be for a sophomore.
So here we go on 2nd down, and Riley going to hand it off, but there's going to be a flag, and that'll be a false start on the Wildcats. Illegal procedure. It'll move them back half a distance to the goal, and it'll bring up 2nd down and long for the Cats. Some other scores around the area. 40-3, Excelsior Springs over Oak Grove. Savannah up 37-6 over Chillicothe. Center over the Independence Bulldogs, 41-8. Not real sure who Independence. Oh, actually I do. That is the Independence Kansas Bulldogs. They traveled out there, so that's a fun trip for the Center Yellow Jackets to be able to take. It is 2nd down and long for the Cats. Under center is Riley on 2nd down. And this time they're going to go on that counter and gets nowhere. Barely out of the end zone. Going to bring up 3rd down for the Wildcats. As it's 41-0. You're in the danger zone if you're the Wildcats right here. You're deep in your own territory. You'd like to get out to at least the 5 to give your punter a little bit of space, but you don't want to, you throw it out on one of your sides like you've been doing, and that can easily be read for a pick 6 as well. So dangerous situation here for the Cats from their own 2-yard line. But the Cats could also bust off a 98-yard touchdown run here with 8:12 to go. Wide receiver flanked out far side. Under center is Riley, and Riley looking to throw, and he throws it in through the hands of 2 Pleasant Hill defenders, and that was just about what I was talking about just a second ago. Brings up 4th down. The Cats are going to have to punt. And last time they got a shortened field like this, the
block punt.
Well, we had the one that went right over the head and out of the end zone as well when they only had the 12 yards to give, because they're usually at 15 deep. So your punter or your long snapper now has got to snap it shorter than he's normally used to doing. So we'll wait the kick, and Atkinson is able to get it off. It'll be up to about the 35-yard line, returnable, and Arlett comes out to the near side. He's going to take it for a touchdown.
There's going to be a blindside hit on Atkinson over here, so it's not going to be a touchdown. I saw that coming, and he got really KO'd.
So we will see where they set it back at. In those short kicks like that, you see them returned a lot. Herlock turned the sideline. And this will bring it back. So it'll be a 1st down, Pleasant Hill, and those blindsided defenseless players, where they call that, if somebody can't see a block like that, call that on the offensive side a lot of times. This one called on the defensive side. Hayden 64-0 over Bishop Ward. 41-6, we talked about that, so we've run down the scoreboard. We'll run down again here in a little bit. 6 minutes to go in this one as the clock will roll. Pleasant Hill has it. The quarterback in there is Carson Shoup. Shotgun formation, 2 to the left, 1 to the right. And Up the middle, they're going to go with the turn and bounce it outside. Zachary Cheney with the tackle, and that was Gray with the carry. Silas Gray, the sophomore, with the carry, brings up a second down and a yard with 5:28 to go. Cats trying to keep Pleasant Hill out of the end zone for the would be 7th time. 6 touchdowns on the board already. And they're going to hand up the middle and into the secondary and down to the 5-yard line. It'll be a first and goal down to the 5. That was Anthony Stewart, the freshman running back. So 4:55 to go. The clock rolls here. So 4:41 to go. If we're not anything, we're prepared. Isn't that right, Jerry Forschler? Second and goal coming up at the 5-yard line here. 4:25 to go in this one. Plenty in control for Pleasant Hill. Going to go with 2 wide receivers set out to your right, 1 to your left. Gray with it. And they're going to throw on the slant route to Gray. Oh, no, that was actually to Stidham, and it was incomplete. Brings up a third down with 3:50 to go. 3:50 to go here in this one. So 41-0 our score. Clock rolls here. Cats trying to get a stop. Shotgun formation for Shoop on third down, and they're going to fake the handoff. Shoop going to run it himself, and he's going to get into the end zone for 6. Make it 47-0 with 3:17 to go in this one. Extra point coming up, 47-0. So here we go on the extra point attempt. $3:17 to go. Harlan set to kick it through. Kick is up. Kick is drilled through, and it's 48-0. We'll be right back.
It's 6 p.m. and your family is discussing what to eat for dinner. We've all been there. Everyone wants something different. So make it simple. Go to Forged by Fire in Harrisonville for a little bit of everything. Salads for mom, and a wide variety of them at that. The steak for dad, a Boss Burger for your growing boy, and chicken strips for the little one. The next time you need a variety of food with extra options to satisfy everyone in the family, make the one stop to Forged by Fire in the Price Chopper Shopping Center on Commercial.
All right, welcome back. Ben Pierce is our Sonic kick return contestant. I'll tell you what, I don't know if Ed knew that there was going to be that many attempts in a game for a Sonic kick return contest. He may not agree with Jerry over that one. If the Cats return this kick for a touchdown, it'll be a $60 Sonic gift card for Ben Pierce. He gets $10 just for playing. And we want to thank our great sponsor, Sonic of Harrisonville, for putting that together. High end over end kick by Harlan, taken by the Cats at the 5-yard line. Up to the 10, 15, 20, and they cut back the other way. Tarwater to the outside to the 25 and forced out of bounds. And it'll be 1st and 10 for the Cats from the 40 or the 26-yard line. So with 2:50 to go here in this one, firmly in hand, 48-0. The clock rolls here. They come out. Riley will be under center. Whole new crew in there. And Riley goes down on that one. Brings up second down. 2:15 to go. 48-0. Pleasant Hill gonna win on their homecoming. Cats gonna fall to 1-6 with the Oak Grove Panthers headed to town next Friday night. And again, a ball on the turf and picked up by Pleasant Hill. That'll definitely salt this one away. Pleasant Hill will just have to kneel on it a couple of times and run out the clock. 48-0. The Wildcats fall to Pleasant Hill. Been outscored at 97-0 over the last two games have the Wildcats. So 1:35 to go. So we'll wait. All righty, here we go on 1st and 10, and they're going to run it. Gray's going to run it right up the middle. Helmet comes off. Keeps on moving the legs, bring up a second down. With 1 minute to go. Second down and 8 coming up. Play clock just now starts with 48 seconds to go. See if they run one more play here. Brock Kohler now in there at quarterback, sophomore. And they're going to hand it off, and right up the middle they go. That'll be 25. That'll probably be our last play of the ball game. We'll keep it tight with you real quick and see if that will be. And I believe everybody's just going to go to line up at midfield. And Pleasant Hill shuts out the Wildcats 48-0 on homecoming. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back to wrap it up from from Pleasant Hill after this.
When you want all the latest news about the Wildcats, turn to the South Cass Tribune. A large sports section, honor rolls, robotics, and even news and notes from all 6 Harrisonville campuses. They are sure to have you covered. They are happy to say the Wildcats are their hometown team. Find the Tribune around town at various establishments or get a subscription delivered right to your mailbox. Keep up with everything each week in the South Cass Tribune, Harrisonville's home news source.
For your business, don't sacrifice quality for choice. Travis Thurston with T Screen Printing and Embroidery has all you could ask for. Local ability to screen print, embroider, and make vinyl decals, not to mention 50,000 promotional products at your fingertips with tscreenprinting.com. The next time your business or event needs apparel or a giveaway, stay local and turn to T Screen Printing and Embroidery, the pros who 4Ts trust to outfit them on Friday nights.
When you
It's never too early to teach your little ones about finances and saving money. Sherwood Community Bank has plenty of options available for you to help kids save and learn how to manage money. Savings accounts can be started as soon as one is born to help teach them to save. Once they are behind the wheel, a checking account with free internet banking and a debit card could be there for them to manage their money. Sherwood Community Bank is there for the youngsters. Just ask Braxton.
Go see them at Sherwood's Bank. That's where my account is.
Everybody has that one friend's house they love to go to with cool decorations and a relaxed environment. The Garage Burgers in Harrisonville is like your friend's house, an amazingly fun place with names of all of its visitors adorning the walls with old racing gear throughout. Make it your place to go next time you want a fun and terrific dinner. With 20-plus burgers, amazing appetizers, and ice-cold drinks, the Garage is your stop for fun and excitement. Now open late on Fridays. The Garage Burgers on Commercial across from Young's Tire.
When you live in a small town, you need someone you can trust to buy a used car from. Steve Holland with Holland Auto Sales is that guy. Selling cars in Harrisonville for 35 years gains you that trust. Used car dealers can come and go, but not Steve. Holland Auto Sales, with 3 generations of Hollands graduating from Harrisonville, means he will be here for years to come. So go see the guy who the Grammer family trusts to buy from. Steve Holland with Holland Auto Sales on Commercial Street, just past Burger King.
All right, welcome back to our post-game show, brought to you by our post-game headquarters, Forged by Fire. Harrisonville's post-game headquarters. Head over for some Friday night trivia right now. They may be playing Friday night trivia. They may not even have us on the big screen anymore. I don't know. Final score, 48-0. Pleasant Hill drubs the Wildcats tonight. And different night, same story. For the Cats, really, in this one is just can't get consistency offensively, give up the big plays on defense, and turn the ball over. That's kind of been a microcosm of this season as the Cats fall to 1-6 on the year. And you just got to keep battling and working if you're the Wildcats and try to find something that works. Again, official outfitter of the Wildcats, or wardrobe provided by our good friends at T's Custom Embroidery and Screen Printing in Peculiar, Missouri. Our nice white polos we got on tonight, our new black ones, as well as our blue pullovers that we didn't need tonight because it was a nice night weather-wise here in Pleasant Hill. And Gary, it's just been that type of year. And, you know, the coaches are searching for answers. The kids are searching for answers. We're searching for answers. The fans are searching for answers. But, you know, I said it earlier this year, you know, it's not always roses and you know, we don't all get ribbons. Everybody is going to give you their best shot each and every week. You're Harrisonville. You have 5 state titles. You think that the kids from Pleasant Hill didn't mind putting 48 on you tonight? Absolutely not. You can't go and get upset that they put 48 on you because guess what? You've been able to be in that situation many times before, and they've just got to understand that everybody's going to be coming knowing Harrisonville is quote-unquote down. Everybody's going to be coming to try to get their best shot in on the Wildcats. If you're Harrisonville, you got to keep that in the back of your mind going through the rest of this year and going into next year.
We had 12 series. One ended in a half relatively quickly. I mean, that was at the very end of the first half. So really 11 series, almost half of those series has ended in a turnover. You don't win ball games with turnovers. And I know the kids are hard on themselves. I know the coaches are working through that. But you just can't, and so you've got to correct. There's obviously some things you just got to correct. I mean, because you can't just keep doing that. I'm going to real quickly talk about a few stats. Reynolds ended up with 71 yards on 15 carries. Wilson 30 yards on 7 carries, and Pesic 29 yards on 6 carries. Knowles had 19 yards on 3 catches. Atkinson 22 yards on 3 catches, and Percival 33 yards on 3 catches. We had the ball quite a bit of the time, but just couldn't score. Ended up only with 190 total yards. And again, where Pleasant Hill ended up with almost 450 yards, and we only had I think 15 or 16 first downs. They only had 8. So, you can look at the stats and you can analyze the stats and figure out what's going on, but you just got to correct it. And I hate it for the guys. I mean, it's difficult, but on to next week. Maybe something will happen at some point in time.
Yeah, and at this point, you got to have that. You got to have something happen confidence-wise to get things going in the right direction, and that's one of those things that they just. It seems like you start out like tonight. Looked like we're gonna have a heck of a ball game. Both teams battled there in the first quarter. Then they gave up that big play, made it 6-0, and it seems like right now mentally, when they fall behind, they start mentally in their minds, they're like, oh no, here we go again. And that can happen. They're 16, 15, 16 years. Some of these kids are freshmen or 14, 15 years old. That can happen. You can have that doubt creep in your mind of, here we go again. You've just got to get that mindset out and go, okay, let's go back to work. Let's go here. Because you've got to be able, you're not always going to be able to come back. Patrick Mahomes, Monday night, he was down 10 going into the fourth quarter. That was the first time in his entire career, high school, college, and to pros, that he ever had to initiate a fourth quarter comeback drive for a win.
Wow, I did not know that.
They were talking about it today on the radio, and the reason I bring that up is you got to start and you got to learn somewhere. So, if you get behind, you got to know that you can still win that ball game and not get the mindset of you're down 12, you're down 15, whatever it may be. You don't get that mindset of, oh man, well we can't win this now.
Well, and that's the kind of mindset we've probably got right now because of the way the season has gone. You just don't want it to continue that way. You hope the best, that something can get turned around here, and there's always next week until there is no next week, and we do have a next week. So hopefully we'll see something positive come next week.
Yeah, hopefully they get something going and things will work out. You got another game next week. You just got to keep battling. You got 3 more games. You got to keep battling. And if you play good in those next 3 games, you may have a 4th game. You don't know. So you got to keep on battling.
We've said all week, doesn't matter what happens in September and now into October. It's what happens in November. And it is always possible because you're never out until you're out. So,
and anything can happen. So, your final score tonight: 48-0 Pleasant Hill with the win on their homecoming over the Wildcats of Harrisonville. We'll be back at home next Friday night against the Oak Grove Panthers in another MRVC showdown. The Cats fall to 0-3 in the MRVC, 1-6 overall. For Mr. Allschlager, who's upstairs, for Jerry Forschler, who's next to me, and for Gary Davidson, I'm Chad Grammer saying good night from Pleasant Hill. We'll see you Friday night back in the friendly confines of Memorial Stadium.